See, because I was watching Tennessee and and Buffalo, just like you, but it's getting late. Okay, let's go talk some 49ers football because that is one bang, bang, fun game. But fam, is it? And talking about Memphis, Tennessee, what was it? Jermaine Price, what's up from Memphis Niners? Time to get back to winning. You sound like T. Will. Tell you right now, T. Will, he says, we got this. Okay, I'm going to go with T. Will. But you know what, fella, here's the thing. The truth is the Niners may have already spent their allotment of losses on the 2021 season. What a heck of a place. But I believe if T. Will says we got this, we got this. Ain't no need to panic. Don't panic. It's not healthy, and it makes things very, very unfun. I'm going with it. I'm going into this weekend thinking kick butt. Cardinals go lose. Rams will lose. One more game up. Because that would put us one game behind. Actually, the Cardinals are running away with the division, but I mean, it puts us up on the Rams. Because you see, you come number 2 in this division, or even number 3. As long as you got double-digit wins, you may still be in the playoffs because there's a lot of sorry teams this year with records just like ours and worse. So, but anyway, hope springs eternal in Santa Clara, fam. The optimism will not die. There's no quit from the red and gold headquarters. All-pro offensive tackle Trent Williams is echoing the sentiments of John Paul Jones' famous words of after he was asked by the British commander whether he was prepared to surrender. It may as well been T. Will, as Jones answers, I have not yet begun to fight. Quote. Jones and his crew then captured the British ship. Miracles have happened before. This is not really, you know what, with 12 games to go, this is not a miracle. The playoff window is not completely built already. You know, you can see when it looks clearly like the dominant teams have already asserted themselves, but it doesn't mean anything just yet. The Cardinals have done this before, twice. So, you know, it's still up there. So tonight we'll go to the phones for your opinion of Trent Williams' confidence regarding the rest of the Niners schedule of this very young 2021 season. And we're just a little bit, wait a minute, we're not even a third of the way through, are we? We're certainly not half. We're not, you know what? 3 to 17, 16. Well, we're almost a third of the way through. Well, we are, actually. We're exactly this week, a game over a third of the way. So, you know, we picked up JaMycal Hasty's coming back. I know about Kendricks, but I'm not, you know, Hasty. He is important. If he's they opened up his workout window this week, and he'll be out there doing drills, getting himself ready to roll. I need him and Elijah Mitchell. I'd like to see Sherman get involved, but it doesn't seem like he's going to really be a factor. So give me Elijah and Hasty. I need speed. I need 2 just in case one gets hurt, and Lord knows we are always going to get hurt. We just can't find a way around it. Man. But let's see. The Niners have lost 3 consecutive games, the painful truth that you already know about, and look to turn their season around on this upcoming Sunday against the Colts. So at 2-3, the team finds itself looking up at the division-leading Cardinals, 6-0. The L.A. Rams, 5-1. Okay, so we still got a chance to sweep the Rams. A chance. I'm not promising anything now because things are a little different than they have been. Because it used to be, we playing the Rams, mark that in the W column right now. May not. You know, it depends on how healthy we come in there. We coming in full cap. Oh yeah, it's definitely possible. As I said, the Niners have lost the Cards and the Hawks and have yet to play the Rams. At this hour, the climb back into the race is looking more like a climb up Mount Everest. But hey, we got the tools, we got the pick, we got the drive. We're going up this mountain. But as I say, Trent Williams says there's no panic in the building. The team knows the locker room is talented enough to rebound on its own. I want them to keep that cocky confidence. Don't start giving up on you guys. You know, what defines courage is being beat down in defeat and also remaining full of heart. If that heart stays right where it is, you'll be fine. Williams told reporters after today's practice, quote, we're not waiting for somebody to walk through the door. We've got all the talent we need in-house. We've just got to put it all together on Sunday, unquote. Amen to that. Niners still have 4 division matchups remaining. There still remains a chance for them to climb out of the hole they have already dug for themselves. There are still a lot of games to be played. Williams went on to say, quote, for us, it's just getting a win. I mean, we just finished week 5 of a 17-game season. Of course, we've got plenty of time. So there's no panic for us. Like I said, we get to play every team, all our division rivals. We get to play them again. We can even the score. We're not too worried. Of course, there's definitely a need to get a win and to win this quote-unquote losing streak. But I don't think panic is what we need to do. I think we need to kind of clean up a couple of things here and there and just stay true to form. And I think that will easily win us football games. Unquote. Oh, yes, amen. I mean, it's important for the Niners to get ahead of them. It's important for the Niners to not get ahead of themselves, as you know, fam. That old adage every week, I hate it. You hear it every year. We're just going to play one game, take one game at a time. Well, hell, that's what all you were doing in the first place. I mean, looking ahead 2 and 3 games. We were, though, preseason. We was looking down through the schedule. This schedule's easy. We'll roll through this. If ain't nothing else on our side, it's the schedule. And, of course, we forgot about our tendency to fall down, players dropping like flies. So the losing streak can end this weekend. However, Williams knows not to underestimate the upcoming opponent, despite their 2-4 record. I was watching Indy yesterday. I says, oh, God, T.Y.'s back. Okay. They look like they've kind of found themselves. All right. DeForest Buckner's out there raging, looking good. He's going to be ready hunting for bear when he comes to play us, of course, because that's his house, or his old house. So he's going to come in, look at hey, y'all miss me? Bam! Williams said of the Colts, quote, obviously their strength is the defensive front. They've got a stud at linebacker, obviously a stud at defensive tackle. I don't think much has changed in that front. He's still dominant, unquote. As you know, the stud that Williams is referring to is D-Buck. T will continue saying, quote, so it doesn't get any easier for us. It's week after week. That's what makes the NFL the NFL. Anybody who was hanging their hat on what they've done through week 5 is probably setting themselves up for failure in the later rounds of the season. They're definitely a good team, and we've just got to find a way to get a victory, especially in front of our home crowd, unquote. Oh, T, you don't even know, man. Don't lose again in front of them people. Don't do it. Do what you got to do. That's what winners do. Win this. Stop with these silly losses that make no sense. By the way, Jimmy G led today's practice. JG is returning from a calf injury suffered on October 3rd versus the Hawks. T. Lance, who sat out today, started one game in JG's place and emerged with a knee sprain. His availability for Week 7 remains uncertain. I could have swore I heard earlier in the week that everybody was out on the field working out, including Trey. And now all of a sudden, I did read in Twitter, somebody said that he's had that kind of injury before. If you push it too soon, it starts to hurt. We'll see about that. And how did JG look at his return to the practice field? Williams responded to that question saying, seemed like Jimmy. He was fighting to get back last week. Seeing him this week, he seems like he's been ready. Obviously, if we had a game last week, he probably would have been okay to play. So, yeah, Jimmy has looked like Jimmy. I'm not sure what that means. We've had a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on with Jimmy. Against the Hawks, I thought Jimmy was actually back. He went down 6 for 6 and right to the end zone with a touchdown immediately. I remember that guy. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I remembered him. And then, of course, you heard about the leg, and then, of course, he turned back into Mr. Hyde, or Mr. Jimmy. So, fam, as we continue to boost the faith, unquote, by the way, as we continue to boost the faith with 12 games left on the schedule, do you believe Trent Williams, or has the man lost his mind? I know Big Show already does. Big Show says, hey, we with the Cards and the Rams are playing, it's gonna be hard hell, man, to get back into the playoff picture. But we'll see. As I say, it's week 5, and you just never know. So, hey, fam, I tell you what, Danny Albright says need some wins. Some 49ers players are coming back from injury. Yes, there's Big Show. No way we win our division with the Rams and Cardinals on top. Our playoff hopes are really thin. But remember, they're going to take the winningest records this year, not just because of your place in the division. So a whole division could be eliminated. I don't know if any division is playing so badly. When you look at every division in the NFC, everybody's got pretty much got a winner on top. William Roberts, we got to hope Cardinals and Rams start losing some games for us to make the playoffs. All right, it goes without saying. Matty S. Hey, Ronbo, and you know the place. Matty's out in Bend, Oregon. What's up, Matty? I'm believing the 49ers because you know what? I watched this game for entertainment. I'm not about to start believing we're going to lose. I just can't stand that feeling. It's yuck. DJ Malone says Kyle needs to learn to get out of his own way. You bet one thing, Kyle's boy. I bet you. Can you watch? You imagine out there running drills and doing weird things and not and looking bad, and Kyle's standing. Kyle's done playing with these guys. I got a feeling that if you're out there doing anything and you're not doing it to the best of your ability, and you looking like you know what you're doing at this point, Kyle's gonna be mad. He'll probably call you over and have you talk to you. So, hey, Eric.
What's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm feeling Trent Williams. Are you feeling Trent Williams? Is he anything of what he's saying? Is that resonating with you, or is that just cliche? This is what NFL players do. This is how they talk. What are you thinking?
Well, I think he's right. On some levels he is right. Obviously, they need to clean some things up, but we nearly beat the Cardinals, okay, and that was with Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
So
and we could have beat the Hawks also with Trey Lance. A couple of mistakes.
I believe we would have beat the Hawks.
Yeah, close wins.
Yeah, if
losses.
Kyle decided to wake up, get off his meds, I think we would have won that game.
And should have beaten the Packers. So
yeah, basically. We should be right up there with the division. We were there with them for the first 3 weeks.
Yes.
But obviously, things kind of fell. But by no means is the season over. It seems like a lot of people are saying the season is over. I mean, I said I dropped my expectations, and it's helped me cope with all the bad stuff. And honestly, if they lose, it doesn't hurt as bad because I didn't go into the game expecting them to win by how they usually do, go out and dominate on the defensive side of the ball, which they do, but also offensively they run the ball and it makes the game easier for a fan to watch. They haven't been able to do that, but hopefully Kyle wakes up and he starts waking up the offense. But we got the Colts this week, who I think they're not unbeatable or anything. We match up pretty well with them, obviously DeForest Buckner, we're going to see him again. I don't know how the hell we're going to block him. Yeah.
Depends on where he plays. He's not going to play on the edge, though, so you're right.
Yeah, but if he's over Brunskill, then, it's a little iffy there.
And he is.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't believe he's going to want to play over Lakin. I mean, it would be a good matchup, but there's no point. You can just go over Brunskill.
Right.
Yeah, why bother,
Yeah.
Or even Alex Mack, who's been kind of struggling. But although, why would you want to go over an all-pro? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So Brunskill's going to have to step up. If anything, just throw Aaron Banks in there since he's a bigger body. But again, he's a rookie. It doesn't really make sense. But I think we should be able to win this game, and we should be able to beat the Bears. So that would put us, I believe, at 4-3.
Yeah. Suddenly we're 5. Yeah.
And so far, the NFC West doesn't look like. Everyone says the Cardinals, blowing it out of the water. They're not. They are beatable, and it's not like we can't beat them. Although we have had struggles, Arizona does too. And it seems to me that just because Arizona, blows out a pretty good team, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden when they come up against us that it's going to be the same thing. Obviously, we saw that the last time,
Yeah.
and I think eventually even when we play the Rams, it could be either if we lose, it's for sure going to be a close game. I do not expect a blowout if we lose against the Rams, and if we win, obviously I'm not going to expect a blowout, but the NFC West is beatable, and I noticed there's a lot of people on social media, and they're talking about how the Panthers or the Vikings are going to get like the 7th seed, and I'm like, bro, the Panthers are decent, but they're not a playoff team yet. You know, they're not the Niners. They're not, even if when Seattle comes back or when Russell comes back, I don't know what the record's going to be, but if Russell gets back with a pretty good record, he could sneak the 7th seed. You never know. It's Seattle. They always stay competitive. You saw them, and they nearly beat the Steelers, although Ben Roethlisberger is pretty garbage now. But it's just the NFC West it's all there. I don't see the fact that people are saying the Panthers or the Vikings are going to take that. I don't think so. I think it's either going to be, you know, the Niners or Seattle if they have a pretty good record when Russell gets back. But I think as far as Jimmy Garoppolo, he's fine. You know, if he goes out there and he wins these games, then he's fine. Again, he is getting paid a lot of money, and like I said last week, I did believe that Trey Lance should start just because of development. I want him to start developing. But at the same time, it is $27 million around there, I believe. There's no point in him to sit on the sideline. Just put him in, let him play out his contract, I guess. And hopefully, you know, eventually by the offseason we trade him. I've been hearing, I saw a rumor that, well, not a rumor, but like
the Browns, OBJ.
Yeah, for OBJ, yeah. What do you think of that, Ronbo?
Well, a writer came up with that because the Browns want to get OBJ off their books. It's science fiction. But, you know, we need another receiver. But we got, you know, I want to see if indeed we're going to get more out of our last year's first-round pick. So until then, we don't want to add all that money. But, fam, we're going to go. I tell you what, I'm gonna see you. I'm going to see you Friday. Yeah, because we're going to get into this.
Hi, Ronbo.
All right, man. Have a great night.
All right, I'll catch you later. You too.
What's today? I'm sorry. I've lost my mind. All right, Eric. I'll see you after the meeting. I don't know what I was thinking. It's early in the week. I'm trying to move it along. Hey, and Steven. Is that Steven? Right. Steven.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Steven, I mean, you know, it's like I'm looking at T. Will and I'm looking at and I'm thinking, you know, he's supposed to talk like that, but he seemed sincere about it. I don't think anybody's given up in that clubhouse. You got too much talent with too many games left.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exactly what I was talking about Bills fans today about. You know, it looks bad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It looks bad that we're losing, but at the same time, there's no point in giving up because we have so much talent. The one hindering thing has always been the one thing that stopped us last season was injuries. Now, this bye week is something we needed. Ironically, before the season even started, I even kind of laughed. I was like, this is a little early for us. But going in with as many injuries as we did have, including Trey Lance with the sprained knee, which isn't good. I mean, you know, he stayed out of practice. That's kind of a red flag to me that it might be a little bit more. But we're not probably going to see him for a cool while. Now, we get Jermichael Hasty back, which I'm happy about. We get Michael Kendricks, who I haven't – apparently he was on waivers, and we were waiting for him to clear a physical. That was weird. That I didn't understand because I thought he was already on the team.
For a month? They actually released him a while back. I think nobody picked him up.
His situation is weird. His situation was always weird to me because when they got him, I was like, okay, cool, we have Michael Kendricks, and then I never saw him play, and then no one ever spoke about him again. So I think I remember saying that he got released.
Yeah, he got hurt early in preseason. I think he had a settlement too. It's just really strange with him. I thought they paid him and let him go.
He's a weird player on the team. Like his scenario is just weird. But I'm hoping George Kittle comes back. That's one person that we really need going against the Colts because I mean,
Steve, let me tell you right now.
Banks?
I just want to tell you right now, he's not. He's not coming back for the Colts. He's on the IR. He has to spend a minimum of 3 weeks. He's already spent one. This game coming up is 2, and he's got to go a third one. We're not going to see him for another couple of weeks.
Damn. So we're probably going to see him. Well, who do we play in the next 3 weeks? I'm trying to remember.
I think we got the.
I can't remember.
I think we got. Aren't the Cardinals coming up again in 3 weeks? Okay, the Bears are next after the Colts.
I know the Cardinals come up again soon because we play them twice first, and then it goes, I think, Seahawks and then Rams, and then we play the Rams again for our last game of the season. But I agree with Eric on the Cardinals. You know, they're not as strong as we make them out to be. They're very beatable. We just have to have that offense match the defense. Because if you think about it, you know, D'Amico Ryans' offense. I mean, not offense. I mean defense. He adapted quick around Kyler Murray. I mean, Nick Bosa was chasing down Kyler Murray, and so was Talanoa Hufanga. You know, we have the tools on the defensive side to do it. It's just the offense has to catch up, and the only way we'll be able to catch up is if the injuries stop. You know, if we become more consistent on not getting each other killed. But one thing that has stuck with me is, what's the situation floating around Aaron Banks? If I, you know, I mean, it's that's another player that's just, it just kind of, it's mystifying because, you know, it's a Michael Kendrick situation, but we signed him as a rookie, came in, got hurt, and he just kind of disappeared, and now he was brought back into the limelight again by John Lynch. So that's another one that's weird to me.
Yeah, you
Brandon Ayuk is another one.
You can make some assumptions about Banks. Banks is having problems learning the concepts. It really is. There's nothing wrong with him at this point. He's not still hurt. That's the only reason why you keep him out. He just doesn't get it yet.
And one thing that I'm worried about is that right side. It's always that right side of the offensive line. Because look at how easy J.J. Watt was able to go through everybody. Go through McGlinchey, our number one punching bag. I mean, it's J.J. Watt, but at the same time, he's running through McGlinchey like he's just a paper bag. I mean, like I said, you know, J.J. Watt he's a force of nature. He's a freak of nature. He's just like the Bosa's. The Watt family is just as deadly as the Bosa family.
Yeah.
But if you're going to play offensive line, you can play right guard against, you know, J.J. Watt. You got to bring your A game. You got to be early on the snap. You got to be, you know, the first one in, first one in, last one out. Now, I mean, going into the Colts game, I think we're going to win. I'm going to say it. I'm going to call it like it is. I think we're going to win just because we got Elijah Mitchell, we got JaMychal Hasty, we have Trey Sermon, and then the only person we're missing is Mostert, but we don't really need him because we've shown that these 3 people can do it on their own.
And you know what? You talk about that right side of the line. At least McGlinchey can run block for you. So if he's going to mostly be road grading, Jimmy he's going to get rid of the ball quick. You're not going to see any deep routes or anything like that. But it's pretty much, you're just going to see the passing game is going to be just an extension of the run game. Get rid of the ball. You know what kind of pass rush you're going to get. Hit the guys in stride. Hit Debo. You know. That's pretty much it. And maybe Ayuk maybe he's feeling it now, and he can help that out. And, you know, Ross Dwelly seems to be the man at arms, so he might be okay.
I don't know if Ayuk is, you know, ready. I don't know. Is he comfortable at this point? You know, he's kind of got that situation. Yeah,
we're going to find out.
Got that situation that Sherman has.
Steven, we got to go. I'm going to tell you what, I'll be looking for you on Wednesday, and I keep thinking, I'm in a hurry to get to this weekend. All right.
I know, me too.
All right, man.
All right, Ronbo.
Good stuff.
I'll see you
Have
Wednesday.
a great night.
You too. Bye.
Yo, Ellis. Ellis. Man, okay, we come back to Ellis. Tyler, is that right?
Ronbo.
What? Whose voice?
Ronbo, my man.
Okay. I got shifting things going on here. Well, can we, Ellis? Well, you know what? It's okay. I don't know what to do. Ellis, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellis, go ahead, fam. You know, I mean, we're looking at this situation now, and it's like you look at well, you know what? It's normal. We see the 49ers struggling, failing, but what we're not paying a lot of attention to is that defense is getting better and better through the weeks. That thing they did against the Cardinals needs to be taken seriously because I saw the Cardinals yesterday. It says, "Oh, look at them, boy! They just tearing it up. They weren't tearing it up last week, were they?" So you know what? Kyle's not gonna. That offense is not gonna look like that all year. I don't think Kyle's gonna have it. So how do you feel about what Trent Williams is talking about?
Well, was he just talking about Jimmy? I didn't get to hear.
No. I didn't say anything about Jimmy in particular. I said
Kyler
Kyler Murray.
No,
Kyler
okay,
Murray
you're
was
talking
like.
about he's.
I was talking about Kyler Murray was just tearing up against yesterday. Who they played and beat to death? The Browns. And then, of course, I said, okay, now see the Browns defense, they got people missing, but still. And then I said, and Kyle is not going to tolerate an offense that's looking like it's looking now for the rest of the season. I don't believe it. So you can plug Jimmy in, you can plug any number of players in, but I think that offense is going to wake up starting this weekend.
It better, Ronbo.
They have no choice. People gonna get fired.
It better, Ronbo. We gave up already a few of our lifelines. With these losses, these games. These were giveaway games. These last 3 games, we gave them away. We're supposed to be saving those for the actual tough teams we got, like Tennessee and the other high class teams, the other smash mouth teams that are on the schedule. The Cardinals are real good, and they're 6-0, but we had their number, and we were supposed to take that. They gave that to us, and then we turned around and gave it back to them, and we did that 3 times in a row. We can't afford to be doing that. So we already got 3 losses. We can't afford to get to have 3 or 4 more. I mean, that we're damn near out. You know what I mean? At that point,
especially this early.
Yeah. So now it puts us in a position of where we have to win consecutive games. At least 2 of these next 3, if not 3 of the next 3, we need to win. It's like a must happen, and we can't take anything else we can't accept anything else. And we shouldn't be in that position. We can't put ourselves in that position, but we're here. So it's unfortunate, man, because there's these other teams that are getting their wins in, and that puts them in a better position where they can lose a few later on down in the season. If you only got 1 loss, 2 at the most, or none, then you're in a much better position. So we just got to turn it around right now. I think the urgency needs to be at an all-time high, and we need to, we got to take it to another level. And if we don't, then, the end result will be what we all know and can expect.
Well, you got Hasty back. Elijah Mitchell, thank God, didn't get hurt last week. So you got 2 backs because, as you know, if Kyle can't run, it stymies his whole offensive approach. He can't do some of the things that make him famous. So, we got JaMychal and Elijah. I feel good about this. Yeah, really do.
Yeah.
But, that's just weird.
And I guess Trey's going to be taking a back seat for a minute, but, Trey Sermon, that is.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. We just, hopefully JaMychal Hasty's ready to come back and play. He might not have like a full on load just right yet coming back from that injury.
And he should.
But I mean, again, if he's ready to go full bore, without any, without the conservation of snaps or carries, then that's good, because we'll need to have his running ability and Elijah's, so we can have the best of both worlds, in that backfield. But our offense, our passing game offensively has to be up. We got to take it up another notch, man. We can't afford to, take any shorts. This is a good Colts, a solid Colts team, a hungry Colts team. I mean, even if they don't go anywhere, they're going to be trying to make sure they get our number. And the last time we played Carson, he got away with too much. And so he's going to be itching to try and, get another one over on us. And, we got Defoe, that we're going to be seeing. And they got a pretty solid defense, man. And they got a nice little backfield. So, we can't bullshit.
T.Y. Hilton came back. Well, that didn't help none.
Oh, okay, yeah, Ty, and Ty's a good, a good player. I was just watching Ronbo, the Tennessee game and the Bills game. That was a hell of a game, man. Those teams
won?
played their asses off, man.
Yeah, who finally won?
The Tennessee got it. They stopped Josh Allen on like the 4-yard line on 4th down. They stopped him and plugged him, and they were down by 3 points.
Oh, so, and they didn't even go for the
they
field
pulled
goal.
it off.
Coach,
no, they did
should have
not.
tied that game up.
Yeah.
That's why I was watching Tennessee. We got to deal with them later. I hate that. God, they're scary.
That's what I'm saying. Them boys look good. And it's Derrick Henry, really. He had the fastest run of the season so far.
Big as he is.
21 miles an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
That boy's like 6'4", 6'5". That's a big tree, boy. And he's so big, and that's a mean back right there, man. We're gonna be having a game tackle him at least 3 or more to put that boy down.
Well, else we gonna go. I'm telling you what. We'll see what Kyle has to say on Wednesday. I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, I like the confidence with from Trent and stuff like that. It's a must turnaround, and I think he knows that, and hopefully the entire team can feel the sense of urgency as well as Kyle. So we'll see what happens, though, Brother Ronbo. Peace and love, man. Shout out to the Niner faithful, ladies and gentlemen, and shout out to production, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
Thanks, Ellis.
Peace, family.
Peace, fam. Give our best to the squad. All right, fam. Thanks.
I sure will, family. Thank you.
And Clarence Molina says, we are 1 game out of the playoff picture right now. Get to the tournament and see what happens. Everyone is 0-0 at that point. Then 4 wins to a Super Bowl. It's happened before. There is no reason to discount your team at the end of week 6. You got too many games to go. Anything may happen. I'm going to ask Tyler about it. Hey, Tyler.
Ronbo, my man.
Dude, it's good to hear from you again. You must got a little free time with your busy self. What's going on?
Not much. I did tell you I'm going to that Tennessee game, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You go to a game somewhere near your area every year, don't you? Yeah, that's going to be scary.
Not every year. I haven't been to one since 2017. We played Indianapolis. But
Tyler, you know what you should? Chicago's closer to you anyway. That Bears game could be interesting. I really don't like...
Actually, to be honest, Chicago is a little bit farther than Nashville is from where I live.
Oh, okay.
I live in Southern Illinois, so Nashville is about probably about 4.5 hours from where I'm at, while Chicago's about 5 hours.
I could be wrong. Is that a home game with Chicago, or are we going there?
We're going there. Okay.
Yeah. Man, I hope it's not cold yet. It's getting cold. Is it getting cold, Tanner?
I'll be all right. Jimmy's from there, that area.
Everybody's not on our team. How is the weather going on out there?
Around here it's starting to get a little chillier, but Chicago's obviously a lot worse. So.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, at least it's not December. That is treacherous cold. So, but Tanner, Williams is feeling like, listen, let's not count the 49ers out yet. We've got we're men on a mission this week. How do you like our chances this weekend? Is Trent Williams right in his thinking? Normally as a professional, you're supposed to think like that. Anybody giving up, we need to give them their hat and coat and send them packing anyway. But what are you thinking?
Trent Williams is right, but what kind of annoyed me was I watched that John Lynch interview with our announcer. I forgot his name, Greg Papa.
Papa, yeah.
I think, or somebody. He had a little interview with him, and they were asking. He said, "Oh, we're not panicked. We're 2-3, but we could have won all those games." And I was like, "Well, yeah, John, but we didn't." Yeah. Right? We hear the same thing from John Lynch every year, and I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. But he's always so calm, like, "Oh, we can always turn it around. Yeah, we could have won these games." He's like, "Well, we didn't, John." But anyway. I'm frustrated, but Indianapolis is a very winnable game. Let's not get too worried about them beating up on the Texans. I think that's a routine for most teams,
especially for Texas.
And Carson Wentz isn't good. Can we just make that clear right now? Carson Wentz is not good.
Yeah.
However, we played him last year when he's on the Eagles, and he somehow got us. So But then again, we got Bosa and D Ford back, so I don't think
Hey, but
it'll be
Tyler,
as comfortable back then.
remember, though, we made some mistakes on offense to just put them right in the game. We beat ourselves to death in that game and did everything we could to help Carson out. Provided we avoid that madness, I think, yeah, you're right. I agree. Carson's good, but he's not unbeatable.
Yeah, and, like, let's be honest, we had Nick Mullins starting at quarterback for us. Let's be honest, like, Jimmy's levels ahead of that guy, and I think we see that now. Like, there were people having conversations about, oh, I think Nick Mullins is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. It's like they're not even on the same level, and you know it.
They were serious about that, too. But, it is what it is. We're out of that woods, that pasture now. So, the Niners got to come out there and stop clowning around, be serious, execute on the plays. If you're clowning around in practice, stop. All right, this is serious now because I'm seeing things out there from these guys that I don't believe already. So
yeah, it's getting annoying because we really should have beaten the Cardinals, and I think and we can always say if we had Jimmy Garoppolo we would have, but whatever. That to the side, I'm very unhappy with Shanahan's play calling with Trey Lance because first of all, Cam Newton, when he was young, they ran quarterback power with him. We saw how that worked out. I think if you're going to run quarterback power with Trey Lance, at least do it in the red zone. Like, there's no reason to be doing that when you're that far. Like, read options, fine, but tell the guy to slide. Lance would not slide, and he kept getting tackled, and Shanahan wouldn't tell him to slide.
And do you wonder about that?
He's going to get hurt.
Ty, that's what I wonder. When he comes back to sideline, Rich Gangrello, somebody, go talk to him. That's what I don't understand. Why is he still doing that, guys? He's going to get hurt, and sure enough, here we are. He's hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just wonder these things because it's like, Shanahan seems like a smart guy, but you're not going to tell the guy to slide. Like, you just spent the third overall pick on this guy, and the only reason you traded for that pick is because your quarterback keeps getting hurt, and now you're setting your new quarterback up to get hurt.
And now he is
hurt. Tell the guy to slide.
Shanahan seems like the kind of guy that's going to stay on his side of the field. He's only going to walk down when you really piss him off, right? I've seen him walk down. He walked down to D'Amico one time. The camera caught that. I get the feeling he doesn't say anything to Rich Gangarello. He doesn't say anything to Mike McDaniel. He lets those guys be their own men. Now, that's why I'm saying at some point, Coach, hopefully at the halftime, you said, listen, guys, are we talking to Trey about his getting down on those when he's going down? Yeah, we did, Kyle. Okay. And that's probably the end of that conversation,
Yeah, and then if he actually did say that and he's not sliding still, I'm calling him over myself like, yo, slide.
That's it, Tyler, I wish we had more time because we don't talk to you enough, man. Dude, hopefully you get some more time soon, and I'll be looking for you because we're out of time now.
Yeah, I might try to get in here Friday.
All right, because I will be back Wednesday and Friday. All right, man.
All right.
Great to hear from you, Tyler.
All right,
Ronbo. Great
Bang,
night.
bang, Niner gang. Win, lose, or tie, Niner till I die. Forever faithful.
All right.
Enjoy the boat show, y'all. Peace.
It's always good to hear from Tyler. And Tony Nagatane. Niners have every motivation to crush the Colts this week. Nicky B and D Ford gonna feast. That's true. K1 is back, and Jimmy will be playing for his job! Exclamation point. I still don't understand these guys. They can play better than what we're seeing. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Chris, man, we're looking at it's time to stop clowning around. You can't go 2-4. This is out of the question. Trent Williams says, will y'all please calm down? Oh, we got this. Ain't no panic up in here. It's Chris. Is he okay? I didn't hear anybody else say anything. I just heard Trent. Maybe he's speaking for everybody. What do you think's going on in the locker room? Are they dialed in? Are they focused? Do they know what the job at hand requires? Do you think they can get this done this weekend?
You know what? I mean, the Carson, he had our number last year, for whatever reason. But I think we can win. And I'm glad you let me back on from last time when I was spewing that garbage. I was so frustrated, man. I mean, but after watching this Tennessee Titan game.
Oh, don't remind me. We got to play
You
them
know,
people. Oh,
my thing is this though. I mean, everybody has. I mean, it almost seems as if it's just wide open. It doesn't seem like there's a really consistent team
yes.
that is
Dominant.
dominant. I mean, and this is throughout the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Some people had the Bills as being the number one team, and they lost to the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Brutally,
the Ravens, the Kansas City, Tampa Bay, and it's like, you know, Trent. If we get this quarterback situation, or if Kyle can just somehow just magically please stop playing around, and I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. Stop running, you know, power quarterback. You know, when you're out there in midfield, you know, but we can actually do this thing. I mean, our defense. Defense is good. We got decent receivers,
too. Yeah.
running backs, but you just can't keep. I mean, even though we're getting Hasty's back, it's got to be a three-head monster. I mean, Mitchell just came back. Hasty just came back. You just can't keep running up a brick wall. You got to get Trey Sermon in there. Give him some rest.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Trent is right, man. We got the talent. We got to put it together. That offense has got to. I mean, if you're an offensive guru and you can't score no points, I mean, what's the issue, man?
Yes, it's deep seated because Kyle puts guys in place, positioned to do their thing. If they're not doing it, then you have a talk with them. And you know, Kyle, he'll have you stand next to him for a whole game in a heartbeat. So if you see somebody standing next to Kyle that you're surprised by, yeah, he wasn't following directions. Remember Matty B? Remember Carlos Hyde?
Yeah.
You know, they were standing next to Kyle. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think we do these next two games? The Bears and the Colts.
Honestly,
How
I'm
do
tell
you
you,
come out on these next?
I suspect they're going to beat hell out of the Colts this week. But what I want them to do is to realize you got to keep that intensity. Don't let up. If you guys come out all fired out and mad because you've been losing to teams you had no business losing to, then you better come out and realize for the next until you see the Titans. I'm not giving no excuses. Get out there and do what you do. D'Amico's got the defense on. He's got them on fire, Chris. They'll hold the other team. Score.
Yeah. The only other team that we don't know about in our division how we match up is when we play the Rams. That's the only other. We have to figure out a way to beat the teams that are supposedly supposed to be there at the end. You know, we could have beaten the Cardinals, and we definitely could have beaten. We had Green Bay. You know, we had Green Bay.
You know,
we got to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat.
But fam, I got to tell you though, if K'Wan Williams is playing to play the Rams, forget about it. Because see, the Rams rely heavily on the one dude. All right, that what's his name coming out of the slot? You know, K'Wan takes him and Tyler Lockett out every time. You take him away, and now Stafford has to rely on everybody else. The Niners will beat them.
Because they got Woods, Cup, and
Cooper. Yes.
And they got.
He's
Cup,
their main
Woods,
guy.
And they have this Deshaun Jackson. He's still fast,
but unbusy. Did you hear about him in the game yesterday? I forgot all about him until you just now mentioned him. It's all about Cooper Kupp. He sets up everything they do. The running backs are okay, but nothing special. You know, that's why I say, you know, you stop Kupp as K1 always does. You got that.
The one thing that's different with this Rams team that wasn't before is that with Matthew Stafford, you have to defend the whole field because he can make any throw anywhere on the field. Now, if we can get Bosa on him, we generate that pass,
I was getting ready to tell you, and you got D4 too.
We got to generate that heat, and if we can do that, we'll be all right. But all the other games that I thought we were going to win, these are all toss-ups because the Bengals are not to be messed with. They can score.
I know.
Vikings. I mean,
we got.
it's looking interesting. man.
It is, because like we just said, ain't nobody dominating. I thought the Cowboys almost lost that game. But fam, let me see you Wednesday, and because this week is gonna be telling. Week 7. All right, fam.
Yeah.
We'll see you then. Good stuff.
All right. All right, man. You have a good one.
You too. And
All right, later.
let's leap on over to James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
James, it's poop or get off the pot time. And you know, Trent Williams, because reporters now going to ask every 49er, so y'all worried yet? And Trent jumped right up, man, ain't nobody worried, man. We know we got enough talent in-house to take care of this situation, you know. So Trent's reassuring everybody. Oh, well, I wouldn't expect him to say, no, man, we know we did, meet. He ain't going to say that. So, you know, James, is Trent Williams telling the truth? Do you believe what he's saying?
Well, first and foremost, shout out to you in production and all that y'all do. And thank you for having me on again.
Thank you, James.
I believe it. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of variables that I think this game is going to factor into going forward in our future. Because to me, I still believe, even with Trey with the knee issue, and I'm here, and I like to just say something to everybody. I know a lot of people were upset with Kyle's play calling and having Trey running like that in that game against the Cardinals. But truth be told, they were RPOs. And if you go back and watch the highlights, Elijah Mitchell was basically standing there with nothing to do because Trey wanted to put the game on his back. He felt like, you know, at North Dakota State, he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
This ain't North Dakota State, bro. You understand? I mean, he got nicked up in the game, and a lot of it is his fault for trying to run. He had other outlets. He had other offensive weapons he didn't use. But hopefully he can get well, and I'm praying for him because I do believe this. And going forward, let's not forget that $27 million with Jimmy. If you ask me, if Trey was able to go, I would play Trey Lance from here on out for the rest of the season. Because guess what? We either going to ride with him through the bad, or what happens down the road. If he's still not ready, we got to weather the storm. And I'm prepared. I put it in my heart and mind to see that this young man has enough talent to whereas eventually he's going to get it. And as far as like with throwing the ball and stuff like that, if you notice, even on the play with Brandon Ayuk, when that defender was plastered all over Brandon.
That's a nice shot.
If you go back and watch the play, when Trey Lance plants that back foot and sinks his hips, that ball is coming out like it's been fired out of a cannon, man. And he's deadly accurate with it. When he hits that master, it's gonna be a thing of beauty. But it's coming though. But now back to what you were saying about Trent Williams and the belief. I do believe we can win these games, and I know we're sitting there 2-3. But listen, some of these teams, these big teams, especially the Cardinals and the Rams, they're both beatable. Now, I'm going to say one other thing I do believe, and I would like to see happen. At this point, bringing back K'Wan Williams and bringing back Dre Greenlaw, hopefully. Listen, I don't care. They can let Josh Norman go now, bro. That's just how I feel. I would rather see Diamador Lenore play. Because why? With K'Wan on the field and Dre Greenlaw out there, listen, they can protect him and still give him a time to mature and grow because we're going to need him down the line. But Josh Norman, that Cardinals game, that very touchdown he gave up to D-Hop, he didn't even have his head turned around, man. Now, you know the ball is coming in hot. To the receiver that you're covering, you don't even turn your head around. I don't want to see no more of that, man. Listen, that's like putting a cornerback out there that can't see. Period. You're just telling them which way to go, and it's saddening. But
he's playing the hands. That's a technique that pretty much are teaching all of the NFL now, or pushing right now. You stay. The theory being you can stay with that receiver if you keep running with him, and you play his hands. Although I'd rather see the
Right.
picks,
Well,
but that's what they're doing.
Thank you. And I'd rather see his head turned around because at least if you can see what's coming behind you, you know what's about to happen instead of trying to anticipate it. So that's just my assessment of it. But another thing too about this re-signing of Micah Kendricks, this linebacker. I don't know if anybody has remembered this or not, but the reason why the Eagles let him go, he's got some kind of legal situation going on with some kind of Ponzi scheme thing he's tying it up in court.
Really?
And yeah, he's tying it up in court to not go to finally get sentenced because he has money. But that day is coming eventually. That's why nobody won't give him a 2 or 3 year deal.
He left once.
That's what
already
it is.
This year.
He left. Remember, he left Philly and went to Seattle. Seattle released him, and then I think he went to somebody else, and then wound up to us. It's because of that legal situation. It's a matter of time before he can't keep it out of court no more. It's something to do with some Ponzi scheme that him and somebody else that he knows or something were running, and they're all caught up. And he's buying time from going to court, asking for an adjournment till another court date, not ready to proceed. That's going to eventually end. But, you know, it is. It's really scary because that's what happens when you make those boneheaded mistakes like that. But I think, you know.
But, James, we're going to have to back it up.
Man.
We're going to go. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. And it's good to hear you, like, it's been only a few minutes since you last called. James, don't leave us hanging like this. Then we start to speculate, where's James? What happened to him? Is he okay? You know, so.
Hey, bro, I try. Usually on Monday night and Friday night is probably the best time for me. Yeah. Sunday night, I'm not really able to because I got to get up so early Monday morning.
All right.
But thank you for having me.
Always
love what you do, brother. Shout out to everyone. Be blessed. Be still safe, even though the country's opening back up. And you know, let's look at this the rest of the season and back our team, whoever's playing or whatever, and trust in them. Trust the process. Other teams are going to lose. Thank you for having me, Ronbo. Nana Empire, Nana for life. Till we meet again. Be blessed.
Thank you, James. Looking forward to it. All right, fam. There goes James. And let us bring in the good doctor Papa Dragon. Papa Dragon. Pop!
Oh, yes! The 49ers will rise like the Undertaker!
You know, I was wondering when you were going to do that. You do that really well, too, because Bear is he was always hard to do. That hurts the throat. Pop!
Yeah.
Well, Pop, Randy Savage, too. You got to have a lozenge with you at all times. Pop, I got to tell you, man, you know, Trent Williams is like, you know, I'm wondering if any 49er would have answered any different, though. I figure, you know, you do this for a job, you ain't about to give it up, especially in week 5 or 6. So I'm kind of delighted to hear that attitude. But what do you make of it?
Ronbo, how many games do we have left?
Oh, lots. I'm talking 11 more chances.
12. And 49er fans of all this went scorched earth. And I get it. I get it. I totally get it.
It's understandable.
3 tough losses in a row.
Yeah.
3 tough losses in a row. Oh, my goodness. But you know what? It's time to rise up. You know, I'm not thinking about 12 games. To me, this is a 1-game season. It's all about those Colts. I don't even think about losing to the Colts. Don't want to think about it. Okay, so I am with Trent Williams 100%. He's got that big C on his jersey. You know, he's speaking all calm, like we got this. I hope so. I hope so. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm glad they let him talk and they didn't let Brunskill talk.
What does he have to say? I'm doing the best I
let
can.
Matt talk.
Everybody's blaming me for everything that goes wrong on this team. Shut up, Matt. Just shut up.
Or let McFlinchy talk, McFlinchy, McWiffy, whatever you want to call them. But they got to play better, and they can play better. That's the messed up part. It's like be in the right position, make the block. So you know what? It's like this. It's do or die. To me, it's all about the Colts is the Super Bowl. They cannot lose that game. If they lose this game, Ronbo,
It's
the
over.
backlash will be so. No, it's over as far as like it's over for some fans. The fans are going to lose their shizzle straight up. If they lose this game, it's going to be insane. So be ready for it. It's going to be good for you, but boy, the fans. Oh,
I agree. It doesn't necessarily. It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't necessarily mean it's over, but it will be over for some. But those are people that walk on the edge all the time anyway. They set themselves up for disaster and suffering. You need to be optimistic about some things. Some people gave up 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I hear and see these people, and I've already vowed on Twitter to leave them people alone. I'm feeling much better these days too.
No. Honestly, you should. Because like I said, it's a long season. This has not been Kyle's shining coaching job so far. And, and unfortunately, a lot of these mistakes they've made, they got to overcome it. They got to let it go. The past is the past. I got done watching the game tonight, obviously, because it was in town. And it was a great game.
Damn good game.
It was a great game until the very end. And what I saw was a lot of this overconfidence in a quarterback that can
Bills,
run.
I know. Who exactly? Who do you guys think you are?
It's the same, but it's the same thing that you kind of get locked in. It's like, when you play Madden, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get a mobile, if you get a pocket quarterback, you go through your reads, you get rid of the ball. You got like 2-3 seconds to get rid of the ball. You do your thing. But the minute you get a mobile quarterback in Madden,
everything's a go.
Start running left, start running around. You're in the pocket 9 seconds.
You need 3 points to tie this game up to go to overtime. Give yourself a chance. What are you doing? You're getting cocky. You're going to lose. And they did.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what concerns Kyle the most. Because what I saw tonight, I saw poor mechanics. I saw floppy balls. I saw Josh Allen miss wide open people because he's going for the bigger play down the field. That's what I saw. And I'm like, damn.
He missed a touchdown up close,
like
too.
This dude.
Pop, you saw that touchdown he missed?
Yeah. I'm like looking at this game. I'm like, okay, now here's the game. Oh, they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. What are they going to do? They're going to do a rollout, pass option. What are we going to do here? Oh, no. Quarterback sneak. Are you kidding me?
Pop, but bring it back home. Now, what do you see the parallel? Are you feeling the same thing about the 49ers? But we haven't been in a position to get cocky. What do you think it is? Because we only got a minute and a half to go.
A minute and a half to go. Well, I think 49er fans for a long time, we are still drunk off of the DeBartolo era. When the reality is we haven't won in 20-something years. The Yorks have hired one coach that has had back-to-back winning seasons. We get to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, we're going to be back next year. So now it's like a revenge tour 2.0. We're creating hype. The team is creating hype, and they need to just focus on the next game as opposed to focusing on the hype. I think that's what you're seeing right now. So, Trent Williams, he's going to play well because he is who he is. But some players are playing at their maximum right now. I think Jimmy G is not going to get no better. He is at his maximum. Brunskill is at his maximum. Mack is declining. McGlinchey is at his maximum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you've already seen the best you're going to see out of some people. Yeah.
It is what it is. And right now, I will say this one last thing, and I'll let you go. When Trey Lance did play that particular game, okay, as a rookie going against the best team in the league, accounted for 83% of their offense. He had 3 drop passes, one of the worst O-lines in the game, and still almost pulled off the win. If that's a floor, if that is Trey Lance's floor, he will be a top 5 quarterback in a couple of years.
There you go.
And there you have it. And what that means is that Kyle's not going nowhere, neither is Lynch. They gotta try to keep this together because it's too difficult to start over. We ain't got 10 years to go. You know what I mean?
I don't want that either.
They gotta keep it together.
All right, Doc. Good stuff. I love that prognostication.
For better or worse. Gotta keep it together. All right.
See you Wednesday. All right.
You got it, brother. Later, bro.
Bob. As Papa Dragon, he has stated what is going to be the case in the future. I'm loving it. Bobo, what's up? Let's not keep pace with Seattle and let's not keep pace with Seattle and go 2-4. We got some guys coming back from injuries, and the formula will be set to get hot late and make a run. And this happens every year with teams, and hopefully this year it's us. Bubble, thanks for that contribution. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show. Come on in, man.
I wish I'd shared Trent Williams' confidence.
Remember, well, I renamed show the Grim Reaper. He's getting ready to hurt us. I know it.
The way they've been playing, the last couple of weeks before the bye week doesn't look pretty from here on out. If they continue playing like that, and that all has to do with play calling from Shanahan. So if that's going to continue to look the way it is, then hold your breath. Brace yourselves, And if the Colts are getting Quentin Nelson back, and also they got T.Y. Hilton back too, so
wait,
that's going to help out.
Is Quentin coming back this Sunday?
I believe so, from what I read on the Indy Star.
No, and I already saw T.Y.
So,
Hilton. He was definitely tough yesterday.
Yeah. And right now, we have no offensive identity.
I know.
If people forgot that. I mean, Kyle Shanahan seemed to stray away from the running game and got pass happy all of a sudden out of nowhere and thinks we have these Julio Joneses type of receivers on our hands when we don't. What is Trent Williams seeing there? That is he high or something, or
But so
and we're one injury away from losing another game.
It's if we can run. Some of the guys you cover up deficiencies and weaknesses if you can run. In Kyle's offense, I noticed that everybody looks good if we can run.
But people already know how Kyle Shanahan they know how to take away the run, and once that's taken away, then we're forced to pass the ball.
But something, Sean? One thing I know, every play that can be ran in football is being ran by every team in the league. It's how you time things, how your touch on it, your execution, your player's ability. I mean, you look at A.J. Brown today, just tearing up the middle of the field today. These are the things that matter. Everybody knows what he's doing. He runs an out route, he brings it back into the middle between the numbers, and they hit him. It's just a matter of execution. We used to execute a lot better.
He still managed to catch the ball, though.
Yeah, and then there's that. Well, Debo does that for us now, though. Really tough catches, too.
Yeah. But, and I'm looking at our schedule down the line. People tend to forget we travel a lot towards the end of our schedule, and so we got to worry about that. Yeah. And that's gonna take a toll on our team. That's gonna take a toll on our team too. You know what I mean? So. It's not going to be easy. Just because these teams look easy on paper
we
and on
the
screen doesn't mean that we're going to beat them automatically. You know what I mean? We have a lot to. And not only on top of that, we got to deal with cold weather.
I know, right? And from California boys. So
we're not a cold weather team.
But let me ask you this question. If I'm saying that Brandon Ayuk is struggling, if he needs to lose a little weight, he's lost a little bit of his speed, he's not being able to shake defenders as well as he used to, why don't I concentrate on Sherfield a little bit more until I can get him up to speed? I don't need to lose games between now and the time it takes Brandon Ayuk to get himself on track.
There's nothing to concentrate on Sherfield. He was a camp hero. We all know how those work out for us.
Sanu.
Look at Dante Pettis. He was a camp hero. We all heard how well Dante Pettis was doing at Camp Hill. He was catching everything left and right.
Yeah,
and then when it comes game time, my God.
Yeah.
Fool's gold.
He was why the Giants lost
that's
yesterday.
That's exactly what Trent Sherfield is.
Yeah.
Trent Sherfield is fool's gold.
Oh, man.
So.
Well, he's the only thing we got. If Ayuk can't carry that load, I just don't know.
It's Deebo Samuel and George Kittle's not even there half the time.
You see?
And Deebo Samuel's the only one that we got to rely on. So
we got to keep those hamstrings
loose. He gets hurt a lot if he gets hurt a lot if we put too much pressure on him.
Can you imagine?
So,
And let's not say it. I was going to say, but can you imagine? You know what I was going to say next, too. But see, I ain't going to say it because I said the same thing about Jason Verrett, and damn it, it happened. So, you know, we have to rely on.
and one more quick point. One more quick.
Go ahead.
One more quick thing before I go. I hope people watch that Pats game this Sunday. That's all I'm going to say. So. I tried to tell people, but they didn't want to listen. They wanted something different and dynamic, and they didn't listen. So that's all I'm going to say. All right, y'all have a good night and take care. Shout out to the TNT fam.
That's right.
Hold your breath.
Yes. All right, so always a pleasure. Let's see you Wednesday if you got some time for us too. All right. Oh God. I see Tommy Huxley is referring to the show, his little show. That looks more like JJ material though. JJ's always coming to. Hey Robert.
Ronbo.
Robert, man, we're sitting there getting all punched up and hyped on Trent Williams coming out and letting everybody know, man, look, we are not done yet. And I'm telling you right now, we will be fine. We got everything we need right here to turn things around. We're going to stop this slide. Are you believing?
Okay. Okay, Ronbo.
Yes.
First and foremost, it was kind of ironic that I came right behind it. Because there was like, God damn, we need some uppers after that down. Like, yes, I believe everything Trent was saying because I pay attention to football and I understand the fact that we were, even doing the worst plan that we were doing, the worst part of the games, we were always, these last 3 games, one play away from having an opportunity to win. So we was in all those games. Like, my question is this, is your cup half full or half empty?
Yeah, well.
Because a lot of people sound like their cup is half empty. Like, they're looking for all the bad things, and they're giving everybody else the benefit of the doubt. Like, I literally just listened to this man question his left tackle. Was he high for having confidence in his team? A year ago, when he had no confidence and when he put people on the hot seat, we blasted him for that. Now he's seeing things that he can progress on and we can work on and work towards. Of course, no. Nobody likes to lose and nobody wants to lose 3 games in a row the way that we lost them. But honestly, before the season, we knew that all 3 of those games were not going to be a cakewalk. So what are we mad about? Like, we ain't lost to nobody we were not supposed to lose to yet.
Or possibly lose to, yeah.
Or possibly lose to. Like the games we pretty much knew we had in the back, we won those games. We ended up on the short end of the stick last time. The last time I was on the show, I said it was 2019 in reverse, meaning that now we have to deal with those, you know what I'm saying, growing pains of working hard through. You know, we breezed through a lot of things and we was on the winning end of the stick. This time it's going to be more of an uphill battle, but that don't mean it's not feasible or it can't be done or we just need to tear everything down and rebuild. Nah, we're still in a good position. We're 1 game away from the playoff picture. Calm down. You know, I would be more worried if my left tackle came out sounding jittery and worried and not confident in, you know, our ability to change things and turn things around.
Mm-hmm. And start saying things like, a lot depends on, and a lot depends on this. And if we can get that, and if I hear depends on an if, I'm going to be scared.
Yeah, right. Nah, we didn't get that. We saw confidence in our left tackle. Cool. You know, we've seen iffy things from Cal. We've seen iffy things from everybody. But, you know, Cal hadn't took a snap yet. A pass has not been thrown to Cal. None of this. Some of the calls have been questionable. Yes. But still have to execute. We have to execute. And that's all we got to do. And we got to execute in the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be fine. We'll be just fine. You know, if things don't turn around in the next few, you know, these next 3 weeks, things need to turn around. like the caller before that last one. Like he said, hey, one game is one season. It's like we're in the playoffs now, one game at a time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be all right. The fans need to be more supportive. If you're not faithful, don't call yourself faithful.
Yeah, we have to, and this is from conditioning. Robert, because we go through this a lot every year. We either we got one, and the next year here we go again. The here we go again thing has really gotten out of control. But you know what? I still think a lot of teams are going to poop out. They came out the gate like a lot of teams do, and just firing all cylinders. All of a sudden, the gas runs out. I got a feeling we're seeing that in a couple of teams. I ain't gonna mention no names just yet.
The man just complained about the cold. This is football. We play in the cold every year. Every year we play in the cold.
A lot of people grew up in that cold, so yeah.
Right. Stop it. They're professional.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's clean it up. Let's get to it. It's a dirty sport. The cold. We got to worry. I don't think nobody in the Empire is worried about the cold.
Yeah. We just feel bad for them because they're out there in the cold all of a sudden. If any place was Chicago and Buffalo, you know what I'm saying, Robert? Then I feel sorry for them. Right. But every place else, it's doable.
Right. I got warm and thermal shirts on for myself, so I know they got them. I don't want to hear that.
They better. They got that option. Robert, good stuff. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you Wednesday and see what we got going on from 49ers Central.
Empire, keep the faith, baby.
Agreed. All right, fam. Have a great night. And big boy Luis, the Shannon Magic will be back. These guys are not going down like this. It's gut check time, and this team will rise. Trent is 100% right. So, Clarence Molina, hey, Clarence, throughout the league, no team looks unbeatable. And that's so true. You see these battles going on every week, every game. You very seldom do you see a blowout now, unless the Texans are involved and they got shut out by Buffalo. But that's not the norm. Area code is 480. Hello. 480. Hello, 480.
Hello.
Yes. And what is your name?
George.
George. Hello, George. George, as you know,
hey, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up doing? I could do, George. I could be doing better if we were like 4-1, or should I say 5-1? It'd be so much nicer. But George, what are you thinking about this situation? Now, Trent Williams has come out and assured us that he believes that we have enough talent. People need to just hold on. They'll be right back. Are you buying that? Do you believe it? Do you feel it? Do you think it's possible? And if not, what do you think?
I hope it's possible. I think that Trent Williams is trying to be optimistic. Of course, he thinks we're going to make a turnaround, of course. But I think that we need to go and start Trey Lance. I mean, we need to go and get this process started because next year, who wants to go through this next year? Let's figure it out now. Have the old all season. Get it right. Use that extra salary money, so we're going to lose from Jimmy. Get a defensive back. Get a linebacker. And let's go.
You need a linebacker?
Get this turned around.
George, why did you mention a linebacker?
Because I think, to me, that's what we've been known for. Under Jim Harbaugh, we always had good linebackers. That's been our staple. I think we're going away from that. Let's get back to our defense.
But you got Dre and you got backup. But you've got Dre and you've got, of course, All-Pro Fred. Where's this guy going to play?
He's going to play opposite of Fred. We need two good, solid run.
You're going to bring a guy that's going to beat. You're looking for a guy to beat Dre Greenlaw out then. Okay.
Yeah, because the other linebackers are not always there. We've been the only one that we can count on is Fred. All the ones there, when they're there, they're good. But we need somebody that want to pound. Because under Jim Harbaugh, we didn't have all these injuries, and we were a tougher team. And I just don't understand how we're so much finesse and we stay hurt.
Are you looking at? Are you thinking corners though? In fact, in the draft, when that second round comes up, what are you thinking? What would you take?
Corner.
Yeah.
Corner.
Yeah.
Cornerback. Because we got pass rush. Now we need somebody to help out in that back end. We got good safeties. Like you said, we got Fred Warner in the middle. We need a cornerback. And like you say, this year was the year to get one, and we missed on several. Don't know when it's going to be another good cornerback year like it was this year, but that's what we really need, because a good cornerback, as you can tell, it really changes the way a defense can be played.
If those lanes are cut off and the quarterback can't see who he's throwing to, that gives that defensive line more time to take the quarterback down. So yeah.
Absolutely. And then the second part is that the Kyle Shanahan thing. Like, Kyle Shanahan is getting the pass right now. I mean, he's getting the pass, and I can't. And we're giving him a pass because we want somebody here that's going to change it around, and we hope it's Shanahan. But his pass is showing me that he doesn't make good decisions, because he had RG. He ran RG, and look what happened. He did the same thing with Trey Lance. He should have learned by running the quarterback what happened to him last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Super Bowl with Atlanta. He made bad decisions at the end of the game. He also made bad decisions at the end of our game in the Super Bowl. Like, he's not learning from a lot of the things he's done in the past, but we're expecting him to be this savior. And I don't think that he's going to be it. I mean, we got the talent, but I don't think he's a head coach. I think he needs to go back to being offensive coordinator, because he's not showing me that he can make great adjustments.
You know what, though, George? I do have to ask you the question, though. Are we worse off now than we were in 2016, 2017, 2015?
Yeah.
You think so?
We are. Because back then we had like everybody knew about us. Like we had like some type of, we were known to be, we were a tough team. We're a running team. We're a tough team.
No, I'm not talking about the Harbaugh era. I'm talking about immediately after.
Okay. You're talking about the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
See, the reason I say that is I
think
ask that question is because
I think we're better off now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm afraid of what comes next. You know, you go ahead and make this switch, and then the next guy takes us back to 2015, 2014. The thought of that scares me with Jesus stuff. Because here's the thing: no matter what Kyle and John are doing, you can see they actually know what they're doing, but they're just stumbling. And I got a feeling that may not always be the case. Remember, they got here in 2017. It takes a while to really build a killer. And they've been there.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
5 years.
Yeah. So who would you bring
years.
in next?
And when you
Because
don't
I
got a
always ask the
winning
people,
record,
yeah, who would you bring in next?
Well, that's a good question, but we have to go find out, because we can't sit here and keep doing Kyle and then just keep waiting for this train to turn around, and it doesn't. And we already wasted all these years. But I definitely get it. Who we going to next? But it's a lot of good coaches out there. I mean, the Rams didn't know McVay existed until they grabbed him. I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there. We just have to kind of do our homework. Jed has to really step up.
The Rams got a thing going.
And we really need to find a coach.
It's true. But the Rams got something going on with even Jimmy Ward was asking. He doesn't understand how the Rams are able to keep all those stars under the cap and keep going. Everybody's wondering about that. I wonder about the Rams and the Cowboys, and how are you able to pay all those high salaries? But anyway, George, it's good to meet you. And let's see Wednesday if you got some time. All right?
Hey, I will. Thank you.
All right, fam.
Hit like and subscribe.
Thanks, fam. All right. Hey, yo, D-Flow.
Hey, what up, Ronbo?
D-Flow, man. Look at Trent Williams, man. It's always good to hear 49 to come out and try to reassure every one of us that it is not time to panic. And, you know, I always like to wait to panic. This has been my situation. All my life I've been that way when things did look awful, because it's uncomfortable, D-Flow, to continue to embrace doom and gloom, right? So when Trent came out and said it, yes, that's what I wanted to hear. Somebody talk to me. And but what did you get from it?
Nah, I totally agree with what Trent said because you know what? They do have players. They do have the pieces. The only thing that I got to say is, can they be coached? Can they game plan well? So far, the defense, the rookie defensive coordinator is outshining a 5-year in the system in Kyle Shanahan, where basically the defense, both their starting corners got injured. Right, their cornerbacks are injured. Their linebackers injured. Some of their a few of their defensive line are barely getting into sync. But then again, on the other hand, Shanahan has weapons that he had for 5 years. Where's that offense? And so they do have the players. That's where I 100 agree with Trent. But the only thing is, can the offense put up? So that's where I'm kind of scared of because we all, right before the season started, we all said, "Man, this is a Super Bowl talented roster." But then again, you know how everybody says we could have won the last 3 games. Shoot, we can also say we could have lost all the games because we almost could have lost with the way the momentum was going against the first game, against Detroit, against the Eagles. We barely scratched that win. So we could have said we could have easily been 5-0, or we could have easily been 0-5. And so since we have the high expectations to be a Super Bowl, one of the top 5 best teams in the NFL, the first 5 weeks didn't show none of that. We didn't show, the Niners are something to worry about. Oh, you got to watch out for the Niners. There has never been one part of any of it. Maybe the first quarter of the Detroit game where we looked like, hey, we're unstoppable. But then again, we just crumbled. Great teams knows how to win games, and we're not. As of right now, we're not a great team. And as of the quarterback situation, as of right now, we're not doing anything in the offense. Kyle Shanahan cannot run the ball. He has to give at least Trey Lance should start for the rest of the season and give him at least a Nick Mullins playbook or a C.J. Beathard playbook.
No,
because
not Nick
he
Mullins.
Can run those offense.
Mullins was the second guy who Mullins was that playbook as well as Shanahan. Shanahan even said it. Nobody knows it other than myself. Nick Mullins knows that playbook better than anybody else.
But it opened up with Mullins. Mullins was throwing more down the field. If you look at it, he wasn't throwing those dink and dunkers. He was throwing midfield.
You know, D-Flow, sometimes a lot of people make the mistake of, Shanahan's going to take what the offense gives him. A lot of people like the constantly going downfield. That has to be set up. I think there's a misconception about that. It's not just about, when you see what they're doing, it's setting things up. One play leads to another play. It's not he hates throwing downfield. Shanahan, man, when I say that, it's that it's not conducive to what they're trying to do.
And it's not doing it all this season. So basically, like the last caller said, Kyle Shanahan has not yet to change of what's going on. He has yet to adjust of what the defense is taking away. He hasn't adjusted. Yeah. Like why hasn't supposedly the offensive guru can adjust? We have weapons in offense. We have good wide receivers. He was praising Trent Sherfield, right? He was saying Trent Sherfield has been playing one heck of a game. That's why he's playing over IU. Yeah. Right? And but then again, we get a person, Travis Benjamin, off practice squad, starts the game and the first play of the game. Yeah. Like why? Like, where is Trent Sherfield? Like, what are you saying? Where's the mixed communication? We have Ross Dwelly. Every time all the passes he got, he catches. He's a 6'5" receiver. He's a big frame for either quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance. Why isn't he not getting? Why is supposedly the offensive guru not scheming up plays for him? Not using the 2 tight end set. He used the 2 tight end sets. How come he's not using it in the passing game? Mm-hmm. Why is he not using? And like, it just mind boggles me of like, dude, we like Trent said, we have the players, but do we have the coaching staff? Do we have the management skills in Kyle Shanahan? Do we have it? Like, our fourth downs, like going for fourth down, like we weren't that deep in a field goal territory, but we're going for it. Like,
I agree. Debo,
there's plays like the reason why they said they drafted Trey Lance is because he's perfect under center. He's the most quarterback ready under center and one of the best play action quarterback coming out. Where was that at during the game? He did it during the preseason, the first game. Then he threw that bomb.
We got to go, but listen, you're going to have to be a little patient with. I think a lot of people think he was just going to come right in, segue into the NFL, and look exactly like he did back in North Dakota State. It's going to take a little bit. He's not going to be able to move and do the same things.
Yeah, it's going to take game reps. You're not going to get it during practice.
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying he's
look at Justin
be a little
Fields
while.
and look at McCorkle. Like they're all playing. And they're gaining game reps, and they're getting better and better. Look at Trey Lance. He started the game iffy, but he finished the game strong.
There you go.
So if you give him more reps,
we're gonna have to. He's gonna have to learn to slide too, right? Or else he's gonna be an injured more than Jimmy.
Yeah. That was easy. But
we're gonna be out of time though. We'll see you Wednesday and see what Kyle's got going on then. All right.
All right, Ronbo, have a good one.
You too, man. Hey, and there's D.E. D. Go on in, man. Niner Gangs Podcast.
What's good, Ronbo? How you doing, brother?
D, I'm doing all right. You know, I needed to. Actually, I haven't. I was going to wait to get down in the mouth around week 6 or 7, but and we're already at week 7 now. Maybe I was going to wait till week 8 because that's halfway through the season, right? But when Trent came out and said, "Look, man, y'all need to chill out, man, because we got what we need. We'll be fine." So, you know, what are you thinking? Is Trent just talking like you're supposed to when you play in the NFL, or do you believe him?
I think Trent is just trying to have some cautious optimism, man. With the way this offense has been moving and whatnot, we ain't, there's nothing to be optimistic about. You know, Kyle Shanahan went out there and sabotaged his own quarterback that he chose with that crap game plan that he had against the Cardinals. And if anybody out there doesn't like what I said, y'all know how to find me. I ain't hard to find. You know what I'm saying? I want all the smoke. Cause I'm going to tell y'all right now, everybody in here optimistic about this. Let me tell y'all something. Kyle Shanahan need to get his head out of his you-know-what. And he need to figure out what's going on. You either want Trey or you want Jimmy. And if you want Jimmy, stick with him, but just know that you're going to lose throughout the season. That's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy is who he is. He ain't going to take us to no Super Bowl. He's not winning us anything. And we have to understand that. Trey's the future, and the future is now. And we need to get that going. But, the Mike McGlinchey, and Daniel Brunskill, that right side of the offensive line looked real bad. It's not working. So once that the right side of the offensive line has to get better, and he has to utilize the run game. Like, my thing is, why would you not, and knowing you have Trey Lance, why would you not run the ball down their throats? You know the run game is more dynamic with him there. So you use that to your advantage. His whole offense is use the run to set up the pass. So why not do that? Why not have Trey under center? Why put him in these advantageous positions where he looks bad and we don't have anything for him? That's not fair to Trey. And then randomly he has a knee injury. Come on now, ain't no knee injury. There wasn't no calf injury to Jimmy. Jimmy sucked. He had to put Trey in, and when he put Trey in, you saw what the offense started to look like. But when he played Trey versus the Cardinals, he gave him a crap offensive game plan because he wanted to run back to Jimmy, which I don't know why, because Jimmy is who he is. He's not taking us anywhere, and we need to move on. But at the end of the day, the right side of the offensive line has to be better, and we need to make sure that is definitely something that gets done. And, the receivers got to step up. Y'all can't be dropping easy balls and making Trey Lance look bad, and to be honest with you, I got a bone to pick with George Kittle because at the end of the day, George, you support Jimmy to no end, but Jimmy has gotten you hurt on several different occasions, and he doesn't even text you or call you back. So you so good of a friend to a person who can't even return so much as a simple phone call or a text and has put you on the sidelines for several years. Why is that? But you don't want to jump on board with the young rook? That don't make no sense to me.
But
You know,
D,
there's different
he
things.
was at the Giants baseball game with him and Trey.
Yeah, but you had a baseball game. That's not at you. Why wasn't he at the
it was
game?
hanging out though.
But I mean, yeah, you hanging out. Why are you in? Why are you not at the game? You know what I'm saying? Supporting Trey. Why wouldn't you try to push through that injury to play for Trey? Like you would push through an injury to play for Jimmy. You give Jimmy all your love and all your affection, and he ain't even giving you no time. He don't pay no attention to you. He treats you like a redheaded stepchild.
Well, you know,
That's all I'm saying. Everybody with the
but D,
optimism, I get it.
But they've been building that relationship for a while. They've been to hell and back together. So you expect people just to suddenly dislike Jimmy. I know that's not. Is that realistic?
It's not that I want him to dislike Jimmy. I just want him to put some respect on Trey's name. Like that doesn't make any sense. You know, like that you don't support the young rookie. You know, he in there, man. If he's in there, you got to roll with him.
D, I'm curious. So where do you get this? He doesn't respect Trey though. I mean, I've heard some things, but I wonder if it's
you didn't hear about the Instagram post?
Yeah, I don't.
You didn't hear about him liking that?
Yeah, I don't know if I draw a whole book of conclusions on that, but you know, because I really still want to know, and he hasn't explained that, and he should. But I wonder, did he mean that maybe he thinks Trey's better than Kyler? It could be. Not necessarily.
No,
doesn't
man,
necessarily have to be a negative thing.
That's cautious optimism when it comes to thinking that way.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, as far as we are in this season and as bad as we look, I don't have no space for cautious optimism. We are 2-3, and we lost 3 games that we needed to win. We needed to win both of our division games at a bare minimum. We are down in the division. If we lose our first game to the Rams, we have no shot at this division whatsoever. Right now, the Cardinals are rolling at 6-0. And they just got Richard with adding an actual tight end, which they didn't have in the first place. So now they got Zach Ertz. So that makes their offense that much better.
It is scary.
Like,
D, we got to pull up though, and I'm feeling you on this stuff. Hopefully it does change for the better this Sunday though. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, they better. Yeah, because we can't lose to the Colts.
No, it's very serious.
All right, Ronbo, you have a good evening, brother.
All right. Niner Gang Podcast, that's D, and he says you know where to find him. And don't use NINER. It's 9, the number, Gang Podcast. D, stay fired up, bro. I've been looking for you Wednesday to get some time. All right.
All right, brother.
Like right. D. And Water Sucks says, yo, Ronbo, George sounds like Rudy Pooty in disguise. He's trying to fool the faithful. Joke. Jimmy Buttery G is back. Let's go Niners. Water Sucks. Thanks for that contribution. Yeah, Jimmy's got to win people back, though. He really does. He's got to stop getting hurt. Win, Jimmy. That's what you're supposed to be famous for. Not your play, but you, for reasons sometimes that have nothing to do with you win. Get back to that.
What's happening? I wanted to jump in and say something like D preach. Yeah, he's got a super point there. Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing about Kittle. You know, that's kind of it's getting there. It's getting there.
But does he? But he doesn't. Does he seem like that kind of guy? I can't imagine George Kittle actually letting a player in his locker room know that he doesn't like him. I still question that.
No, he doesn't seem that kind of guy, but hey, sometimes your mouth says a lot, and hey, you know, he might feel that way. I like Jimmy over Trey. You know, he might really feel that way. You know,
well, while that might be true, that might be just because of the long, ongoing relationship.
You got to think about T.O. T.O. had one hell of a mouth. He would tell you don't like it too bad. Hey, shut me up.
And that's my quarterback. Yeah.
You know,
I don't know.
That scenario.
I just think that maybe we should pump the brakes on the George Kittle hate on. I doubt that. I really do. He said a lot of good things about Trey too.
I don't want to believe it, but hey, like I said, your actions always speak louder than your damn mouth. So
well, that's true.
That's how you really feel. You know, if he's getting to that point where I want Jimmy, then if he doesn't want to play for Trey, let that not be the case. I hope not. You know, I hope he's a real genuine guy. He's not talking the guy down. And I like Kittle, but if not, he's got to go if it feels that way, honestly. Because you can't have that kind of hate there. But you're not really there yet. It was just maybe I think he preferred.
I wish
At this
a
point,
reporter would ask him about
he
that
preferred
next press
Jimmy,
conference.
maybe, but
Yeah, just ask him.
I
George,
doubt they're
word
gonna
is going
do
around
that.
that you don't really appreciate Trey Lance. I want to see what he says. He probably like, where'd you get that from? I know he would. I do not believe
You
this.
know what? Maybe I think personally they might not want to bring that up because then it's gonna turn. It can turn into a white and black thing, and I don't think they want to go there. It's a possibility. It's just a possibility he can't go there anymore. I don't want to go there with him
I
because
know, but
he doesn't seem that kind of guy.
George
But
is
it's
not.
a slight
He's
possibility.
not a
They could
racist.
I'm just saying the media can flip it that way.
Well, yeah, that's
it's a
true.
white and black thing. So,
Yeah.
so I don't really guess. He doesn't seem that kind of guy. But, just knowing the media, they try to flip it and go, oh, he prefers a white guy over a black guy. So, yeah.
I just hope that never gets started in that locker room. That would want to be the saddest things of the year for all of us. That really would.
Oh, it would ruin the whole team doing that. Yeah. And you start a whole lot of drama with that.
Because now you got guys pointing fingers at each other, denying.
Because you got to think about it. Before Bosa came there, it was the same scenario. He started that, and then they flipped around and said, "Oh no, you know what? He's not that kind of dude. This and that." So, but it's here nor there. But it's a possibility.
Yeah, we're going to see. There's going to be different things. The patience need to be for Trey, though. I think people are jumping to the gun and thinking he's going to come out there and just be ready to roll. Meanwhile, Shanahan still got trying to win, and he's not sure if he can win with Trey just yet.
I could put it like this. Let's say Jimmy starts. Jimmy doesn't win, especially against the coach. They're both going to get some crap. Him and Jimmy and Kyrie are going to get some crap. So if we're saying, let's say you put Trey in and we do lose. Well, we can say, well, at least he's a rookie, keep the game close. He won't get much crap. So you got to look at that kind of scenario.
Make things.
Kind of would win. You want to win either
give yourself an out.
Quarterback, you want to win.
Yeah.
But you will get an out with that way. Well, at least a rookie, you kept the game close. You had a couple mistakes. Yeah. But you look at Jimmy losing. Oh, they're both going to get hell. They're going to get hell from the fans. The media. Why did you start Jimmy? You could have started Trey. This and that. It's going to go wild. A lot of fans are getting a lot of hatred already towards Shanahan, so you're going to make it worse. You said, oh, this is you started Jimmy. This what have you. You started Trey.
Well, you just got to remember,
it's crazy.
Shanahan's record
with
Jimmy on the field is way bigger than when he's not on the field. If you're Shanahan, you're a little scared of that, and you're going to do what you can.
That is honestly, Ronbo, that's getting old. It really is. It's getting old.
But if you were him,
that he wins.
No. I'm just saying, Shanahan's record is when Jimmy's on the field, he wins. When Jimmy's not there, it's atrociously bad in the other direction. So you can understand his line of thinking if you do think about that.
I get it. But at the same time, the only time he's actually really won was one season, and that's with the Super Bowl. You look at any other time, how many seasons have we had with Jimmy like that? We haven't had only but one. You can keep using that narrative. Oh, we win with Jimmy, but Jimmy's only had one good season.
Well, Trey's got to win. He's got to get. There's some things he's got to catch up on, and Shanahan's not going to change his offense. I can see right now. I don't think he's going to. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. And next year we got that to worry about as well. But we got to go. I'm gonna have to see Wednesday to run out of time because we could go for 2 hours on this.
No, you can, but it's just like I said. My whole thing is, if we're gonna ride with Jimmy, Shanahan needs to hope that he's really gonna pull us out and we're gonna start winning games. Because if he doesn't, he's gonna get more crap from the fans and the media.
And he'd switch anyway at that point. But let me see Wednesday though, fam, and let's see what Shanahan's got cooking then. All right.
Good night.
You too, fam. Hey, and splendiferous, Dave.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Well, Splen.
It ain't over until the fat lady sings.
With a chicken
and the last time I checked,
right,
she don't work in San Francisco. And I mean that. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. And
All I'm saying is, Go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you. It's all you.
What I'm saying is, I watched Kendrick Bourne on Sunday, and he looked like he had nice down the field speed to me.
God, he did, didn't he? Jamming after he made that catch. Damn.
Man, he put so much speed between him and that defender. He just gave up.
Nobody was going to catch him.
The defender just gave up. He couldn't even catch him, you know? And I was watching Emmanuel Sanders tonight.
Looked good, didn't he? He made a couple of
Looked
problems.
real good. And Stephon Diggs is their number one receiver. And Josh Allen was just feeding. He was just feeding E-Man, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, look at these guys, man. These guys can be helping us right now.
Right? And we could have kept Emmanuel Sanders because you know what? Look how we looked as soon as Emmanuel Sanders arrived. As soon as he arrived, all of a sudden, we got an air attack. Kendrick stepped up.
Yeah. And
Debo went wild. We was kicking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is my thing. We got a lot of talent on the team, and a lot of guys keep saying that, even Trent Williams himself keeps saying we got a lot of talent on the team. But Kyle Shanahan, he's not putting these guys on the field or giving them their opportunities. You know, he's sticking with the guys that have been there. You know, we got to give these guys a shot, you know?
True. I fully agree.
Yeah. Charlie Warner proved he can catch passes. We've seen him doing it in preseason. You know?
Splin, you know what? Let me ask you a question on that point right there, though. Do you think that Shanahan is not satisfied with the way they're executing in practice, and he doesn't call numbers because he doesn't believe they're going to pull the playoff right? I sometimes think that the trust issues, and I thought it was just us talking, there may be trust issues with certain guys on the team. People think, I think it's a little more deep-seated with Trey than people even imagine. I think Trey missed a lot of windows that closed on him is why he was running a lot in that game. I don't think Shanahan intended for him to run as much as he did. But he did that because that's what he does. That's what he did in North Dakota State. When everything else fails, I'm out of here. You know, I think Shanahan wants him out there when he's ready to put him out there. So, but the problem is you've got Jimmy Garoppolo, Coach. Jimmy could get hurt at any moment. That's just what happens. He just, freak accidents are going to find him. So you need to prepare him as much as you can. Put him on a side field, get Trey ready. So I understand the high-speed defenses are freaking him out, but he's got to see it. And if you don't want to put him in the game, then make sure you get a bunch of guys over there to come at him like 100 miles an hour and get him up to speed. It's going to take a while anyway.
But true.
Yeah.
But he's not playing to Trey Lance's strengths either.
And then there's that.
You understand what I'm saying?
What would you have him do?
He's got to roll. He's got to roll that quarterback out the pocket and let him let that ball loose down the field, man. You know what I mean? He's got to put Juan Jennings on the field. Juan Jennings has done good things every time he gets on the field. You know what I mean?
He's not going to go downfield
got to put Trent
for you.
In there. I mean, we've got these wide receivers, man, and they can ball, and they've shown that they can ball. You know. Even if they're not showing out in practice, when they got in the game, you know what I'm saying, they come up with these plays, you know, and then they get right back off the field. Get one good play, and then he's back off the field.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Why is he not sticking with these guys?
Because, you know, Kyle's not going to rewrite his playbook either. I'm noticing that now. What he does, in his mind, he believes this is going to be the most effective. Now, you can't run it, and then it explodes. I agree. Find a way to put a game on the plate that he can actually execute from. But your problem is with that, Splin, now the rest of the guys on the team don't know what Kyle and Trent are cooking, Trey are cooking. So now you got a big mess. I don't know what they're going to do about this.
Yeah. And my only problem with Kyle Shanahan is that he just keeps going back to that well. You know, eventually that well's going to run dry. What do you have in place to back up as a backup plan? You know what I'm saying? Because, all right, you know, you didn't plan on these guys, you know, keying on Debo all the way. You know what I mean? You feel like Debo's going to be up because he's such a good route runner and he's so tough. You feel like he can break through anything. And then when that doesn't happen, he's not calling plays that's going to Dwelly or Warner or you know what I'm saying, or Juan Jennings, or put some of these guys out there, man. Elijah Mitchell, let him catch some passes. You know what I'm saying? You got to mix it up a little bit. When one thing is not
Add more
working,
options.
you know what I mean? Don't keep running the same thing, because if they're going to prove, they say, okay, we're going to take away his strength. What is his strength? Debo Samuel. Okay, and then this offense is going to be bogged down, right? Okay, they take Debo away. Get Juice out there. Let Juice go out there and catch some passes.
And everybody's been crying about that.
This is the
Everybody agrees
man.
on Juice being underutilized. So we're going to run out of time, though.
Now look.
We got a bookmark it right here.
Now,
we got to go.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I know you get pumped up. We're getting ready to get Blitz going in the second round.
I'm getting there.
I'm feeling you on
man. It's not, man. Look, the Niners are underachieving, and because we got all this talent, we are underachieving because he's not willing to call the plays that he knows my man Lance can let loose on. I mean, not even that. The defense is taking the middle of the field away from Jimmy.
Oh, I tell you. We'll see what happens this weekend. Maybe we'll see a revival, or maybe we'll see the same thing we've been seeing. It's hard to know right now. It's all about execution, though. All right, Phil. I'll see you Wednesday if you got time.
The defense is going to play. The defense is going to play well.
Agreed.
That's one thing we know for sure.
Okay. So we really got to go, though. All right. See you Wednesday.
All right,
All right.
Niners all day, man.
Yes. Mr. Black Eye says, watch Browns Cards game. This is why Niners need to run that damn football. Hunt. Go hurt Hunt. Oh, go hurt Hunt. Go. Oh, Hunt got hurt. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Chubbs didn't play. When our running backs don't go, it's trouble. And this, I don't know, people sort of looking past that. If Kyle can't run, it's like trying to put a plant in the ground with no water. It's not going to grow. And this is why I says I'm so grateful that Elijah Mitchell and Hasty are back. At least I think we'll have a run game. Because otherwise, again, it's like, uh-oh, what do we do now? It's unfortunate that Kyle Shanahan's play book is wired that way, though. It's nothing you can do otherwise. Hey, Rick.
What's going on, man?
Rick, I'm getting excited about Trent Williams. But, things have got to change. Hopefully the 49ers, after 2 weeks, have healed up and worked on some things and gotten a little better. But Trent, how did it affect you, what he said? Are you buying it? Are you feeling like they're going to be fine? Or you think Trent Williams is just talking to be talking?
I think he's talking and a little bit, but he's also probably saying what he believes. I mean, what would you rather him come out and say? Or we're about to change for the rest of the season? That's stupid. So he has to have faith in the team.
He's got to believe in what they do.
The QB.
Exactly.
You have to believe. And hopefully, I'm thinking because the thing right now. Just scrap the revenge tour. We're not 2019. But right now, if we can get some kind of decent offense, I'm not talking about dynamic where we 30 points a game, but if we can get something at least give us at least 21 to 24 points a game, we can easily make the playoffs and be dangerous.
Yeah.
But we definitely have to work on scoring more in the first half because we can't keep exposing our defense. We can't keep saying, okay, defense, keep creating 3 and out because like even with the Arizona game, although Kyle never used a lot of kick and field goals, so that's kind of detrimental because you're like, wait a minute, I'm going out there doing my job, and if you don't score or something, at least give me something to give me hope. Like, okay, at least you're trying to hold up your end of the thing, which I'm grateful that right now we don't have that in-house where we're in-house fighting. I'm grateful about that. But the offense at this point needs to start helping out the defense. Kyle Shanahan, I don't care whether it's Jimmy. If Jimmy's in there, support Jimmy. Trey's in there, support Trey. But we have to start calling better plays. All these straight end arounds, that's not going to work anymore. People aren't falling for that like that. Let's do some more rollouts. Let's do some other things. Let's get more utilized juice up the sideline and wheelhouse routes, whatever the case may be. And for the love of God, can we utilize other receivers besides just Debo? What happened to Trent Sherfield? He was a guy that everybody was excited about. What happened to Juwan Jennings? He was somebody else we were excited about. So we have what happened to Ayuk? And yes, I understand that he's not showing something that you want, but you need him. And stop putting him back there to be a stupid punt returner or kick returner.
Before he gets killed.
You need him more for receivers.
Exactly. If I see his head,
and Kittle and you utilize Dwelly. Yes, Dwelly's not the blocker that Kittle is, but I think Dwelly has better hands.
Hey, he scored that touchdown against the Hawks, and it looked normal, natural. Screened his man down, used his size on him. It was perfect. Nothing wrong with him.
We have things. So we do have, like other callers said, we do have pieces. I'm not saying we have all the pieces to run it back for a Super Bowl, but we have to work on execution. Kyle, I need you to be more flexible in your play calling. Like I said last time we talked, have 15 plays scripted, and from there build your whatever. At this point, Ronbo, I don't know what Mike McDaniel does. I think he just holds whatever. But before, in 2019, I think he was running game coordinator, and LaFleur was the passing game.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Yeah, that was by his job definition. Yeah, that's what he was, run game specialist.
Yeah, so I need, if that's not your forte, or if that's what you're still doing, focus on that. And Kyle, that means you're going to have to focus more on the passing game or whatever the case may be. But we can't just. I'm hoping that even with Kyle, I hope Kyle just got away for a minute. Everybody got away, relaxed, came back, recharged. Like, hey, we still got 12 games left. Let's really make a real run at this. Let's work on execution. Let's work on being more dynamic and more inventive, because I'm like, Kyle, you're supposed to be this creative person, but we need it. Now we need it because we can't. You don't want to have another losing season. We don't want you to have another losing season, and we want to. Well, let's salvage this season, and make a run for the playoffs, man. But it comes with first executing on offense. We need to start putting up more than 7 points in a half in the first half.
But keep in mind, though, Rick, you see passes being thrown poorly, drops. You see offensive line is not creating lanes. It's all about execution more than anything else. Kyle,
it's all execution.
He's drawing out plays that probably should be effective, but the guys, they got to get it done. At some point, you got to put it in their lap too. Tell you what, Rick, let's see you Wednesday, because we're on a good one out of time.
Man. Yeah, absolutely. Niner Faithful, Niner Empire. Indianapolis coach, you up first, so let's go and get this win against them. I'll talk to you on Wednesday night, man.
Looking forward. All right, Rick. Night, fam.
All right. Okay.
It's 49er SUX, not SUCKS. I meant to water sucks. Actually, I thought he's water sucks. And he's right. Water is boring. Put something in it. Or have it turned to wine. Right, Ronbo, the TL fanboys would rather have a losing season than to have a winning season with Jimmy. Since when did we become Raider fans? And, honestly, thanks, FF. That is the dilemma. Okay, do you want to train Trey and see what you got? Or do you want to continue to roll the dice with Jimmy and see if he can start bringing back wins? And a lot of people are torn between that, because I've heard people who said they don't care if we win or lose. We just want Trey out there so he can get his reps in. Oh, I don't know. I think the NFL doesn't really work that way. Not unnecessarily. If you got another guy that is a veteran that has been a winner before, and I know he hasn't won a lot, but I mean, he has won before. I guess that's what direction you're going to lean on. It could change. If we go, let's say we go 2-8, yeah, it's over. You'll see Trey for the rest of the season. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, we're shaking, Ronbo.
Casey, Trent Williams, man, the guy is like all of a sudden coming out and letting everybody know, look, we got this, man. We got all we need right here to pull this slide on out. So, they may come back with a better headset this time. I'm just thinking they should be like tired of getting their butt beat. I don't know, Casey. Are you believing Trent Williams?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love when you do things for effect. You're waiting for me to say and. Guys, draw me a picture here.
Man, I've just been waiting so long for you, man. These over-the-counter medications are hitting. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo?
You got to stop getting them over the counter. Get those prescriptions are better.
I got my medical card. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? I got my indicas here. Having a good night.
Oh God, I'm still wondering.
Yeah,
is the street
I'm ready
stuff
to see
better?
the Niners fresh, man.
Yeah, because they got.
Say what?
No, I'm just saying. I still wonder if the street products aren't a little better. But you know what? Let us not get into that. But tell you what, I'm thinking though, the 49ers after the bye week, I think we've done well after the bye week. The last year. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect this week. I do know they're going to be firing, coming out looking for Bear.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I have no idea what to expect either. I'm not sure about the Colts. I mean, it's kind of a lot of those teams I'm not sure about in the AFC. I've been betting parlays these last few weeks, and I went 8 out of 10 yesterday. I was so close, man.
Whoa.
The Chargers and the Panthers got me.
I know, right?
I was about to turn $10 into $2,500.
I didn't know the Chargers were going to get beat up like that. I was shocked.
Man, they switched the game on me in the fourth quarter. I was watching it, and they switched the game. I haven't seen that in forever.
Casey, you know what? When you're making them bets, be careful because you know what? Every dog's got a day. The Cowboys had to fight their butt off. I thought the Cowboys was ready to be that team, right? Shoot, they escaped.
The Patriots are playing really good this year. They're playing a lot better than people give them credit for.
And if they had a little better defense, they win that game. But their defense gave it up.
I learned a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
I learned a lot yesterday. The Ravens, man, they're getting lucky. They're not just really good. They're getting lucky.
Oh, yeah.
And,
that's always a combination
if the
of
Ravens
things.
stay healthy, I think the Ravens, especially after tonight, especially after the way the Bills look tonight, I think if the Ravens stay healthy, it might be Ravens-Cardinals.
I know. The Bills can be dealt with, can't they? But you know what? Derrick Henry is a difference maker. Casey, if you have Derrick Henry on your team, anything's possible. If anybody could dominate, it'd be them.
Oh, man.
He's got Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. That's a grisly trio.
This guy might be the best player on the football field every time he's stepped on the field since high school.
Yeah.
Like, he's just that good. There's no one else like him.
Yeah,
who's
the
closest player you can think of that's like him?
I can't think. There's nobody. I mean, nobody.
Who's
that big and
Eric
runs
Dickerson,
that fast? Jesus Christ.
Maybe like Eric Dickerson, right?
Dickerson was a finesse, smooth runner. You weren't going to see bodies flying off of him. He was big and strong, but this dude is like a fast version of Jim Brown. Watch clips of Jim Brown and watch how he just throws people out of the way. They go to tackle him, he picks them up, looks them in the face, and throws them into the dirt and keeps going. This is what you're seeing now. He's a wrecking machine when he's coming down the field. I would tell a coach when I came to the sideline, if I'm quarterback, I'm downfield, coach, you tackle him. I'm going to give you this helmet. I'm going to take this jersey off, and you can kiss my – I ain't dying out here for this. I would have told him. Because if you go out there and hit Derrick Henry in the wrong position, you could be hospitalized. He could cripple you.
Yeah.
Man.
And with the cleats and the helmet, the guy's like 6'5",
And 200 what?
Like,
That's a big man.
We gotta play this guy in like week 14 or week 15, right?
I hate it. I hated it when I first saw it on the schedule.
Yeah.
I do not like fooling with Derrick Henry. It's a dangerous man. Oh, he's scary. So
man, if the Niners could just trade Kyle for Derrick Henry somehow.
You know, I'll take Derrick Henry no matter what it costs. I want him on my team, so I don't have to see him on the other side of the field. I feel sorry for our people when he's running down the field. Any team, I feel sorry for. Damn! Bam! You can hear that
I'm just
collision.
glad I get to watch from the comfort of my own. Yeah.
Well, anyway. Casey, man, it's always fun talking to you, man. We got to go.
Yeah, right on, Ronbo. Always a pleasure. Hey, Ronbo, I'm so sorry. It seems like I always interrupt you. I try to do my best tonight, man. It seems like there's a delay.
No, it's okay.
Anyway.
I'm supposed to listen. I just got carried away about Derrick Henry. I'm sorry. I owe you.
No, whenever I look back, I go, man, I'm always interrupting Ronbo.
Nah, don't even worry about that. No, you don't. I'm interrupting you for that matter. All right, Casey. See you Wednesday.
Man. All right. Is it still Detroit versus Tony, or what's going on?
Yeah, he hasn't been in tonight, as a matter of fact. I don't know where he is. Don Burr, where you at, man? We're worried. Casey, I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, take it easy, bud.
You too. Oh, and as we cruise from the misery to the blue waters of Hawaii, Tony. Aloha, Tony.
Aloha, Ronbo. How you doing, man?
Fantastic. As soon as I know I've just cruised into Hawaii, I'm always delighted. The place everybody wants to be. Tony, I tell you, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got Trent Williams letting everybody know, listen, don't just pack up on us. We're still here. Is there any reason why we should believe that?
Yeah, 100%. It's the team is 2-3. The team isn't 0-5. You know,
right.
the team still has a very stellar roster. The team is the defense is still stacked and is going to get stronger. We're a little bit weak at cornerback, which is definitely a troublesome thing. But still, though, the defense has done the best job of anybody against teams like the Cardinals. And every single game this season has been a one-score game. So there's plenty to look at and say the 49ers are certainly struggling as a team this season, and they're underachieving as per what we thought our offseason hype was going to be. But you know, John Lynch, in his interview with Matt Mayoko over the weekend, was right when he said, you know, the ball bounces one way or another a few different times, and this team is 5-0. He's absolutely right. Wouldn't be the strongest 5-0 team, but they would still be 5-0. And the difference in every single game has been 8 points or less. And so Trent Williams is absolutely right, and that and it's good to hear a dominant person like Trent Williams saying things like that. It means that the locker room has taken notice, and I'm expecting big things coming off the bye, even though historically Kyle Shanahan as the coach of the 49ers is 2-2 after the bye. But I'm looking over at Indy, and even if they do manage to get Quentin Nelson back and T.Y. Hilton back,
You've already got him.
I think also the Niners are looking for a little bit of revenge after the Eagles game last year when Carson Wentz had that great fourth quarter, and the Eagles came from behind to beat us. So, this year we're Jimmy's going to start. We got Trey as the backup. We got we still have running backs. We have Debo playing out of his mind. We still have Brandon Ayuk, who may be MIA, but will have the opportunities to. So no, this game is shaping up well for us. And yeah, I think and because of all the negativity on Twitter and the media everywhere surrounding the team, I think this is kind of a statement game for Kyle Shanahan and the whole 49ers roster. We're going to learn a lot about the 49ers on Sunday night this year. So, and barring injuries, I'm expecting a big day from all of the key players. So, yeah, no, the Trent Williams is absolutely right.
All right. I like that, Tony, because, it's easy to give up. That's the way life is. A lot of people just have that, I give up, I quit, we're dead, we're this, we're that. Get up, stop crying, and look forward to a bright future. That's the only way you're going to get there, because if you got no incentive, 100%. Then you fail.
Yeah, no. Well, a lot of that, too, is just because of how immediate people are able to engage with each other over the Internet. You have this call-in show. You do this call-in show, this amazing call-in show 3 times a week, and give us a voice as the fans. But fans are interacting on the Internet and saying negative things. And so it sort of builds this critical negative momentum, which hangs over the team, like smog over the city of Los Angeles. So all I can say is this, is that winning will cure everything. Yep. Winning will make the team smell like roses. And if they go out there and make this into a statement game, win, I think this, I think this team is going to sharpen the knives and is looking to decimate the Colts, because the Colts are a mediocre to poor team overall, even with Quentin Nelson on the offensive line. So I hope, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend, because Sunday Night Football is always fun. But the Niners, I think they're going to crush this weekend. That's my gut.
It is Sunday night. All right, you know what? But Tony, here's the thing. They've got to realize, and somebody said, the 49ers could be coming a little smelling their own poo-poo, right? Now, if they go out there and they just beat the brakes off the Colts, they do have to realize, guys, get over that game now. We're not waiting for the 24-hour rule. Get over that game and start projecting toward the next game, because you know what? This is where we may have messed up after we got through with Don Burr's team, because that game against the Eagles was kind of sad. And then, of course, what happened after that. So,
Yeah. We go out there, beat the Colts. Then we have, I think, the Bears at Chicago. I think after that, that's the game after that. So, you know what? These are the games that the Niners have to win. And I called it on Friday, and I said that I'm looking forward to the end of the season, because the way that the records are sort of matching up right now, the Niners, if we start winning games, will be in the thick of the playoff hunt. And that competition is what is going to make the team play better. And we are going to see much better football, much more exciting football towards the end of the season. We just need to win these next two. We win these next two. What is that? We're 4-3, and then we're primed for Seattle after. Arizona again at home.
Yes.
So we got to win these next two, and then we got to show Arizona who's boss, because we almost beat them, and we're going to be in better health in 2 weeks, God willing.
And George Kittle will be back for that game.
To beat the Cardinals anyway.
Absolutely.
Exactly. It's going to be and at home. So all in all, Ronbo, I'm feeling good. We just got to win these next two.
All right, Tony. Awesome stuff. As per usual, I'll see you Wednesday. If you got some time for us, I hope you do.
Yes, sir.
All right. Aloha, Tony.
Aloha, Ronbo.
And let's go check out J-Dog. When's the last time I talked to J-Dog? J-Dog.
What up, Ronbo? What's going on, brother?
J-Dog, man, we're sitting back here, in the back of the bus, trying to see if we can get out of this position. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, Trent Williams, a lot of people have already given up on the 49ers, but when I hear from Trent Williams talking like he's talking, I suddenly got invigorated. I said, now see that? I'm going with Trent. You know what I'm saying? But, J-Dog, what do you think, man? Is Trent Williams telling the truth? When the 49ers come out there Sunday and they look like, man, y'all didn't believe, we got everything we need right here to fix our own situation. You believe that?
Man, I think that it's a classic case of you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. I mean, they gave Trent Williams a bag. What else is he going to say? You know what I'm talking about, Ronbo? But I really wanted to get into what I really wanted to get into, man, is definitely Kyle Shanahan, but the decision-making is atrocious, and you're not getting better. I mean, how do you go into a game every week with that right side looking like that? I mean, I'm watching all 22s. I'm watching my man Baldy online break down this right side of the line, and you're watching, Mike McGlinchey just giving up, pretty much scared of J.J. Watt. Daniel Brunskill was getting ran through like my Big Charlie used to run through me back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It's totally ridiculous. And my thing is, Kyle doesn't even want to, in short yardage situations, we don't even run the ball inside. We're scared to run the ball inside. And you know that. You're the coach. Get somebody else on that side. I mean, I don't think Alex Mack is as bad as he's been okay at times, but I think he'd be better if he wasn't trying to cover for that right side. The right side is atrocious. Get somebody in there. I don't get it.
That's my question now. Well, what do you do about that? Now, who do you get in there? Because Aaron Banks apparently is sitting in classrooms with his glasses on and no pads trying to understand what's going on. I'm wondering what his curve is. Is he going to comprehend this stuff anytime soon? Or what is the problem?
you know what, we're making all these rinky dinks Dollar Tree transactions, getting all these scrub Dollar Tree players. Anybody's got to be better than what Brunskill's doing. I mean, let's go. I mean, what can you do if you can't run the ball inside consistently? Like, if it's a 4th and 1, we're scared to run the ball inside with our running back. Kyle's drawing all this stupid stuff because he doesn't want to run. So it's handcuffing the game plan. It's handcuffing the team. We're not even like a tough team anymore. We don't want to run the ball inside. I think that, and even in passing situations, if we want to spread it out, look at what the Arizona Cardinals did on the first play of the game. Where did they send Chandler Jones? Did you see that?
Yeah.
On McGlinchey's side.
Yeah.
Nobody blocking him. Free release.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
You don't go where it's tough. You go over there where it's easy. We got rid of Trent Brown for him. You know what? I wanted Vita Vea in that year's draft. But you know what?
I didn't like that.
We got Mike McGlinchey. I don't know. He's not going to protect. He's doing the best he can. If you want to run behind him, that used to be possible. He has
Mike McGlinchey's supposed to be Derwin James. You know what I mean? That's who I wanted in that draft. Derwin James. We could have had Derwin James.
I forgot he was in that draft too. Vita, Derwin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There was others. So I don't know. We need an offensive lineman.
Another thing, Ronbo.
And that's the second bad. Stay out of Notre Dame. I'm done with Notre Dame. Notre Dame has the best guys in Notre Dame are playing in Boston.
I want some of them SEC boys on that right side. You know what I mean? I want some dogs. You know what I mean? And another thing, Ronbo, did you know that Travis Benjamin has 4 career punt returns for touchdowns? Like, why is Travis? why is Brandon Ayuk getting his helmet knocked off twice
back-to-back weeks?
Back-to-back weeks, bro. Getting his clock clean. And we got a more than capable kick returner, and we're not using him for that. Like, what's going on with the decision making? And the thing that worries me the most, because I did catch a little bit of that Matt Miyoko and John Lynch, like they're Lynch and Kyle are like lockstep. I would be more okay if Lynch kind of was going against Kyle a little bit, but Kyle signed to 2025. And the decision making is not getting any better. We might be in trouble, man. I mean, it hurts because I'll be the first to tell you. Me personally, I didn't like the Kyle Shanahan hire. I
you wanted McDaniel?
He lost me money.
Who's the choice?
I never liked it since he lost me money in the Super Bowl, man. You know what I mean? With the big comeback with Atlanta and New England. You know what I mean? Not running the ball and letting them come back. So I already had my antennas up with Kyle from jump, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We've seen it. Nobody's talking about the early timeout in the second half, just wasted. You know what I mean? We still had a chance at the end of that game, but we didn't have any timeouts. So he's not getting better. Like, what is he working on? It seems like all he cares about is play calling. Like, we're not like drops. We still got the drops. You know what I mean? Like, what are we working on?
I know. I do worry about what's going on in practice and how we're getting better. J-Dog, it's good to hear from you again. I'm going to tell you, we're going to have some better conversations in the next 3 weeks. I can feel it coming. The 49ers got to be tired of getting their butt beat. So I see a good thing coming up. All right. Anyway, I'm looking for your Wednesday if you got time,
though. Do you think we win this one?
Do I think we win this one?
Yeah, no doubt, Ronbo.
I do.
No doubt, Ronbo. I appreciate you taking my call, brother.
Yeah, always appreciate you, J-Dog. I missed you, man. Get back as soon as possible. Looking for you. All right. Have a good night.
I know, man. I've been trying to heal. Brother, but I'll be back in, brother.
All right. Looking forward. All right.
All right, though.
J-Dog. Hey, Jay. Tony, I love it. It's official. Brandon Ayuk can't return kicks. You know what? Brandon's got to get a helmet that can tie tighter around his head. I think Jay is out for the night, and I can see the cloud over his head. I can't even repeat what's in his thoughts. All right. Hey, Tony. Tony, get in there.
Ronbo, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, we've had time. You know, Tony, because right now we didn't have to go through an L from yesterday, and so we're not having to put up with that. Because you know how that lingering effect makes you feel nasty all the way into Thursday. And, you know, you got Trent Williams running around saying good things. So all in all, that's all I needed to hear from somebody. Tell me, please, what's going on. And I'm okay. But if you want to know, the negative thing is I'm worried about Derrick Henry. I didn't know he could run that fast, Tony. 21.8 miles an hour.
A lot of people are venting, boy. They are venting tonight.
Ain't they? Yeah, they.
Oh, my goodness.
We didn't even play either. That's the thing.
I know. They are one caller after another, man. They want this done, this gone, this person gone, that person gone. Sound like the Falcons after week 1 versus Philly.
See, I'm always worried about getting rid of people. Tony, who would be your quarterback if you got rid of Matt Ryan?
Ronbo, that's a dark gray area there. Because the next one on the list is Josh Rosen, and I know the fans ain't gonna have that.
And also,
so they even talked tonight about trading, not my fan base, but the NFL Network. It would be good if the Denver Broncos tried to trade to get Matt Ryan. They got a good defense. I'm like, nope, that ain't happening.
And as a coach, the coach hasn't come under any fire yet. You just got him, right?
We just got him, and they love Matt Ryan. That's why he took the job. And Matt Ryan will be with us for another year or two after this year.
What is your coach's name? Head coach?
Arthur Smith. He was the Tennessee Titans' former offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
If you saw any of that game tonight, you see why. They are struggling, man.
Yeah, Arthur Smith is probably going to give this year. He gets a bye. He's got to rebuild the team, right? So he's all right.
Yep.
Next year is I think Robert Saleh's first year. Yeah, people want Robert Saleh gone right from the jump. He didn't have no tools. Just got here. So you know the thing with firing people. I always worry who you're going to replace it with. And everybody's got some choices they want to bring in if Kyle is thrown out. But I just don't know. It means you got to redo everything.
I like it. When we were looking for a coach, Arthur Smith was my second choice. I like the Buffalo's offensive coordinator, Brian DeBall.
Yeah, he's doing good things over there, isn't he?
He chose Arthur Smith. So
who are the Raiders? Who are the Raiders going to get? I understand they've got a whole committee coming in to help them.
I have no idea. I know that the special teams coach is their head coach for now, interim head coach. I've never heard of the guy, so I don't know. But what's that guy's name? The offensive coordinator for KC would be a good head coach.
Everybody thinks
a bad interview.
Eric Bieniemy, yeah. Everybody thinks he's the guy. But look at Kansas City right now. They don't look so omnipotent.
Ooh, and they're turning the ball over a lot, too.
And now they lost Speedy Boy. It's amazing how one player can actually handle. You know, we lost Mostert. What a lot of people don't understand is Mostert was the ignition switch for the 49ers offense. It's just the role he plays, that's what it was. So now you got defenses not knowing what the hell to do, and we were able to operate and do all the things we want to do. It's really interesting to see, though. We're going to see with JaMychal Hasty and, of course, Elijah Mitchell, how they can ignite this offense, because I'm hoping a Hasty and a Mitchell together can almost equal one Mostert, because Mostert was, man, every time he got the ball, it was electric.
Yeah, the kid you got from Louisiana Lafayette, is he back healthy and back right now?
That's Elijah. Yeah, he's ready.
Yep.
He played last week.
He can do the job. He can run between the tackles and he can run outside.
And little as he is, he's tough. when people hit him, he doesn't. You don't see him bouncing, flying backwards. Elijah's still doing the Frank Gore. Boy, still falling forward. I said, look at him. He must weigh 25 pounds or a $130, and he's just out there grinding with him. So you know what? Between him and Jeffrey Wilson Jr., my dude, boy, I love watching Jeffrey Wilson turn that corner. All I could hear is the sound of a train coming down the track. Good arm motion, good knee motion. That boy, look at him. God.
Yes, sir.
And when they go to stop him, it's pain. So, that hurt us too.
Yeah,
you had a 1-2 punch.
Complimentary back.
Yeah, Wilson Jr.
punch.
and Mostert. When we lost that, we didn't realize that's a problem.
And Ronbo, I found out some interesting information. You might already knew this. The reason why you can't do nothing, he's only had 16 targets all year in five games.
Yeah, he's been in. You know what though? He's been in every game. He's had a lot of snaps, and you're right. Ayuk, from what they're saying, is that margin of separation he was used to be famous for. They had him gain some size to get stronger over the season, like they tend to do, and of course that affected his reflexes and speed and things like that. The quickness may have been hit. I don't know. I hope they let him. All right, if I come, Brandon, you know what? Go back to whatever you eaten before. Forget about everything we said. Just go back to what you were doing. I need you back as Brandon Ayuk. Not this big guy that's having trouble gaining separation, because that's not going to work. But we'll see.
Yeah, and I'm just one of your people in your chat, Mike Gee. He's out of his Falcon mind.
Yeah, no,
Dude, calm down. This will be all right.
Tony, go ahead and deal with him. We're gonna go. I'm gonna be back Wednesday looking for you, though. All right.
Yes, sir. And
right.
I saw the game tonight. Man, they missed Arthur Smith. Julio Jones couldn't even get my offense.
Man, I tell you though, if you got Derrick Henry, boy, I tell you what, you got a chance every time. Good God. All right, man. Talk to you Wednesday.
I'll talk to you later, man. I hope we don't hear any more of your people in your chat. Man, the Niner Empire is mad tonight.
They hate losing. All right, Tony. Have a great night.
I get it. Have a great night, sir.
You too. Thanks. And NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. You guys, if you ever had any problems, you need to get a hold of NorCal Refrigeration. Fans want to Alex Smith, Trey Lance, play him too soon and change his coach. You know what's funny about Kyle? He's that kind of stubborn. Kyle is not gonna change his agenda. You can tell right now. Hey, NorCal, thanks for that contribution, fam. Hey, Bryant, get in there. I see Tony rolling around too. Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, how are you tonight?
Good. I just like the encouragement we're getting from Trent Williams, and so I'm feeling good about what's going to happen this Sunday. I think the 49ers are going to come out guns a-blazing and win this game.
Most definitely. He didn't seem like he was panicked. He seemed very confident. He seemed very calm. Like the team, has maturity. They've been here before, or they feel like, hey, this is something that they can overcome. I definitely agree. I think we got a good shot against the Colts this week.
Yeah, because.
Hey, I called in. Go ahead.
No, I said that Colts beating of the Texans, I don't think anybody should take that too seriously. Everybody beats the Texans, so I can't wait for this game to see what happens.
I definitely think it's going to be competitive. Like one of the callers earlier said, we played the Eagles last year and Wentz, took it to us, at the end. But, and that's possible too because they have been competitive in some of the last couple of games they've been playing. But, the Texans right now.
But, Brian, remember, we didn't have Nick Bosa and we didn't have Dee Ford. And I think that's going to make a difference this time around compared to last year's defensive front rush. So, because Carson, I heard a stat during that game. The announcer mentioned Carson Wentz has one of the slowest releases in the NFL. I didn't know he's about a 3-second thrower. He is slow. You cannot be slow with the 49ers. If you're going to be back there for 3 seconds or more, you're going to get hurt. So let's see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, because it's going to definitely be good. He can put up points. They've definitely been putting up points, and if we can keep up with them, we're going to be fine. And like you said, we didn't have Bosa last year, so Bosa will definitely be
or Ford.
He'll be the difference maker. But hey, I called in because I'm a big special teams fan, and I've been throwing in things in the chat, this and that the last couple of weeks, and we haven't had a kickoff return in a long time, Ronbo.
Oh, years
for a touchdown. Yeah,
well,
and I think maybe that's why they're throwing in like different players.
One for the chat. Who was the last person to return a kickoff for the 49ers? All right, chat, because I have no idea, Brian. But go ahead.
I know, so we'll give them a couple minutes, and I can tell everybody. But no, I think that's why they're throwing like different players out there. Like Ayuk, and if you're afraid that the helmet's going to come off, then maybe you shouldn't play football. I mean, Steve Young, everybody knows that guy was running with his helmet off a couple times. So it's like if the guy goes out there and he gets his head knocked off on a kick return, and he gets his head knocked off when he's trying to catch a pass, it's the likelihood of you're playing the game. It can happen. So that goes on to equipment managers. Maybe he needs a different chin strap or a different helmet. Maybe his helmet's not aired up enough. There's a lot of things. But if Ayuk is, back there catching the ball, we got a good chance for him to run down the ball. And we need the ball in his hands. Get the ball in the playmaker's hands. And, for them not to, utilize our players the way they need to be utilized, it's crazy. We can win. We have a lot of talent, and if somebody like Trent Taylor, he was returning catches, and he was a wide receiver too. So it's not like it's, like a crazy idea. And if they're not throwing the ball during the game, then let him catch the ball and, let him do it. And if he doesn't want to do it, he can speak up. But if the chat hasn't thrown it in, it was. I'll let you guys know right now if you're ready.
Wait. Let me tell you some of the answers I see though. The first one I really Ted Ginn Jr. The Big Show. Go ahead.
Yep. Like 2012. So that's a long time ago. So I mean, whatever we need to do to like spark. There's three units out there. There's special teams, defense, and offense. And if all of them are playing and all of them are contributing, that's the best chance for our team to win. Yeah. All points count, and when you don't utilize it, and you don't take advantage of it, that's what I gotta say. For tonight.
Brian,
but,
we lost the game to the Hawks because of special teams. You can't make those kind of mistakes. Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
And put them on the 5-10 yard line. That's too easy.
Yeah, he made the fumble mistake, and then he ran down and he tried to down the ball at the end zone, and he ended up going in the end zone, and he made a couple of mistakes that game. But he
we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
So.
But hey, thanks for letting me get in, and hey, just remember, everybody, all points count.
Every last. No, really.
Get them. All right, Robert. Good night.
Thanks, man. Give me a shout. I give a shout out to the family. I seen Tony in the chat. So y'all have a good night. Oh, God. By the way, Grant was kidding. Actually, Richie James has had a return against the Hawks. You remember that night? Nick Mullins was quarterbacking, and we finally beat the Hawks, and after a long time. Hey, Jay. I know, right? All right, let's go ahead and say goodnight to Jay. Don't drink bourbon before the show. It's too calming and it knocks you out. Drink Jack Daniels instead. Fam, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you what. Let's see what happens between now and Wednesday. I don't know. I want to hear from what Kyle has to say in his next press conference. Kyle's got what I like about Kyle now, and I know it pisses some people off, but I love his attitude when he comes in now. He'll say, on the day's injury report, blah, 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 blah. Any questions? And you can see Kyle's face getting ready for somebody to say the wrong thing. Kyle, don't get mad. Be pleasant. They like to antagonize you. Fam, I'll see you Wednesday. Have a great night. Good night, Jay. Niners! God, I love